up, hoodies? Welcome back to the hood table one more again. Come on through, y'all. Come on through. Make sure you guys like and share the video, please, and thank you very much. We got a few things that we are going to be discussing this evening, and coincidentally, both of these persons or peoples, humans that we're going to be discussing have the name King in their title. But anyway, yes, come on in. Make sure you like, share on the video, subscribe to the Hood Table if you're new here. And of course, if anybody wants to be, you know, giving, since it's around Thanksgiving, holiday, if you want to donate to the Hood Table, there you go. But yes, we have a few things I want to discuss tonight. Um, we might get into some B sector stuff as well, but I really didn't see. I haven't really been following a lot that's been going on in the B sector. I know that just recently, Nika and James had a spat. They've been going back and forth. It involved onside April, and well, I mean, that is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Nika and James, they've been, going back and forth over the years. Friends, not friends, friends, not friends. And I think this time around, they will never ever be friends again, especially after what Nika said about James when she said when he was in her chat that she doesn't know why he even acknowledges her or watches her or something like that. She said because she said they hate each other. And James did say, I don't hate you. And Nika said, well, you should, because I absolutely can't stand you. I hate you. Da 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 da. Child, hate is a strong word, y'all. But you have to be in people's shoes, another person's shoes sometime. You know, there's people who say, I don't hate anybody. I don't hate anybody. I just dislike certain things that they do, or I don't approve of certain things that they do. But in this particular situation, when it comes to Lady Nika and James, aka Mother, Treasure Lane, Spell It Boy TV, uh, I think they'll never ever be able to sit at the same table again. Hell, be lucky if we see them on the same panel again. But yeah, the Lady Nika and the James situation, that's crazy, especially with onside April. Her part in the whole thing. It seems kind of like a setup to certain people. And then to certain people, it's like, well, she just read, what was in the text message, but I, you know, I won't say she did it on purpose because it could have been an accident, like Lady Nika said. When she was reading the text message, when she said, "I am going to be going in on that." What did she call James? Slick back, gorilla back. What do you call, bro? What do you call those gorillas with the gray back or the
Silverback. Talking about a silverback. Can you hear me? I'm on live. You good over there? Or we having some technical to the difficulty?
You said what?
I said I'm live. What, boy? What? Yeah, I know. All righty. What in the cotton picking Joseph Joe Jackson Johnson Jr. is going on? All right. She must have just had to tap off. Y'all know how it goes. Winter time. Winter time is the worst time.
Okay, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you before. Can you hear me okay, bro?
Yeah, you good.
Okay, awesome. I could not hear you at all. But yeah, I
Oh,
was
you
trying to
good.
figure out what that gorilla was called.
Silverback.
Yeah, they said okay, so I guess a couple of content creators. I'm gonna just say this real quick, then I'm gonna jump into our other topic because I really didn't come on here to talk about B sector stuff. But one of the
Hell, these
two of
all
the
be.
B sector creators, they don't really have it to do for each other. Lady Nika and then James of Fraser Lane, and so another content creator who doesn't like James either text Lady Nika while she was live and said something about let the people know that I'm going live tonight. I'm going to drag or I'm going to do something to
Mm.
that silverback black gorilla. And Lady Nika,
Mm-mm.
she read that part, and then right after she read that part, the next sentence said, "Oh, you don't have to say that part online," but it was too late.
Mm-mm.
It was too late, and I'm like, did you really not see that part right after that sentence that said you don't have to read this part? But Lady Nika said, I wasn't reading ahead. I just read the text as it said. She told me to let the people know she goes live, so that's what I was doing was letting y'all know I went live. I didn't know she was, into it with James or whatever. But anyway, that's a big thing right now. That's like the main topic on the YouTube streets right now with on site April, and if she meant to set Lady Nika up or not by sending her that message, knowing she might read it out loud on her live, and knowing her and James don't get along. So y'all can let me know what y'all think about that.
Mm-mm. I want to know what's going on with Pastor.
Hold up, what happened with Pastor?
I don't know. I just know that last time he was cussing. You know the hood.
Oh, hold on, let me. Hold on.
You know the hood table. You know we already on everybody's radar because everybody want to see what we got to commentate. So we got to make sure we ain't getting trolled. I'm looking for the trolls. Where the trolls at? You know how they used to say back in the day, where the hoes at? Where the trolls at? Where the trolls at? We looking for the trolls. We on the troll stroll. She say, Pastor been cussing for days. That's childish. So he been going in, huh? He been going in on the convention. He's still keeping his convention going on. I know we all got to have a convention. So now don't tell me that you got technical difficulties and and Mean Gene and messed up your internet connection in the whole city. Got the whole Douglas County under lockdown.
Oh, bro, no. I was trying to connect my headphones. The Vibrant said Pastor been cussing for days, child.
Uh,
It sounds weird on my end. It sounds like echoey or something.
I don't know why, because I got stuff I was muted. I get tired of being muted. Make me feel like I'm retarded or something in the straight room.
Well, hold on, hold on. Let me put this picture on here and then I'll be back. And you can
Oh,
start
you good?
discussing our next. You can start discussing our next topic. And I'm
Oh, you
gonna
talking about
put
that
this
little
pic.
dusty ass boy, whatever that boy name is, whatever that boy name is. Y'all talking about he look like y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. Y'all should really be ashamed of yourself. And where y'all got that boy and that man? Why y'all got that man? Why y'all got that man looking like? Why y'all got that man's son and that woman's son? Why y'all got the king of the south, the prince of the south looking like that? Why y'all got that boy looking like that? Boy, y'all be ashamed of yourself. Looking like his mama and his daddy. And they both thugs. They thugs. No. T.I. them, they good people. They just normal people just like everybody else. But them niggas is roguish. That boy right there, yeah, he got to learn. Hey, his daddy tried to tell him. He need to learn a lesson. Hopefully he ain't got to go do that Fed penitentiary time. That's a whole different ball game, Jay. You do all that. That ain't none of that. I'll get out in a few months. Shit, no sir. If the feds,
Man,
hey, if the feds tell you, boy, we're gonna give about We gonna give you about 48 months. You might pass out. Oh Lord, that's 4 years. You guess what? You gonna do damn near. You gonna do about 3.9. You might get out about 2 months early, if that. You gonna do every square bit 24/7, 7 days a week. Countdown, nigga.
Well, well, the big thing besides them dragging King, because this boy has been dragged since he was born, since he entered the world because
That's
of his
childish.
looks. He has always been called ugly,
That's childish.
unattractive. I don't know where he get his looks from. I don't know who he looked like in his family,
Oh, that is so childish.
but
You should
because
be ashamed of yourself.
all the other
You shut
kids
up,
look
man.
all the other kids look kind of the same. And then him, I don't know. But then somebody said 14 years of sucking on your binky, will make your mouth look like that.
Mm.
But the big thing right now with this situation right here with Ti and Tiny's son King is the fact that
We need to
I
let him home.
guess he is trying to say, okay, so somebody asked, why do people who live behind gates or in great neighborhoods or whatever like that, who might have been raised with a silver spoon in their mouth, why they always claiming they from the hood? What is that noise? Oh my God. Can y'all hear that
Hold on,
noise?
son. Hold on. I'm about to mute. That's my wife. She cooking. Now you can pick that up. That's
Oh,
sensitive
okay.
as hell. Hold on.
My bad.
Good Lord.
Oh, yes. Thank you. That's so much better. And I got my headphones on, so it was kind of loud. So that's why. But um, a lot of people, ask why do people who live behind gates or raised rich or whatever, wealthy, always trying to claim that they from the hood or that they was raised up in the hood. And two rights, how my girl Sassy say it? Sassy, one of my favorite B sector content creators over here. But I think Sassy says it best when she says two things can be right at the same time. And with this situation, with his son King, and with Ti and how they always lived in mansions and behind the gates and lots of money and all that kind of stuff. Uh, I don't think he necessarily was raised in a hood life. Like he's trying to make it sound like he was just down at the trap houses, the stuff his daddy raps about and used to be about and still might be about. But uh King did tell us a while ago that when they was doing Family Hustle TV series, and a lot of us didn't know that some of the kids didn't even live at the house with their parents. And then when Ti and them split and had two different mansions or two different homes, some of the kids still didn't live with either one of the parents. They were living at grandma's house. So King had revealed this, to us months ago, maybe a year ago. I can't remember exactly when it was. But a lot of people were shocked because when you watch Family Hustle, it does naturally seem like the kids live there 100% of the time, that they wake up there, they eat there, they go to school from there, they go to bed there, and they wake up there and it starts all over again. Bro, I don't know if you remember him saying that on an interview or if anybody else in the chat remembers him saying that, but he did say that in an interview, several interviews, that he said people got it confused. People have been tricked and bamboozled, hoodwinked, because people were really thinking that all the children lived either with Tiny or at Ti's house or, going back and forth. But really, they would pick King up on the weekend from his grandma house and then take him to the house because Ti and them or the producer will say we need to record some footage and we need the kids. We need all the kids here. So they would pick him up, and I don't know if any of the other kids. I can't remember if King said some of the other kids, but he definitely was picked up on the weekend or transported from his grandma house to the set, to Ti's house or Tiny's house or wherever they were filming. So again, like Sassy says, two things can be right at the same time. I believe Ti is not lying. And Tiny is not lying when they said, boy, you did not grow up in the hood. You ain't from the streets. You ain't from the trap. You ain't about that life. You wasn't getting down with that life. And then King is also right when he said, y'all acting like I was really raised behind the gates, with y'all in these mansions. And I was at my grandma's house. The only time I came home was on the weekends. Deanna said, what's up, Deanna Boo? That mouth is so serious.
I'm not even dealing with her right now. She said that mouth is. I just heard her voice when she said that mouth is something. Child, I'm done. I'm about to mute back. She got my chest hurt, and I ain't even started laughing yet.
Because you know how Deanna's voice is and her country's twang. I can hear her say it too. Oh man, but yeah, so he from what he claims, he wasn't raised at his grandma's house. But how do you feel, bro, about the situation or the altercation as far as even if he didn't really wasn't really raised in the hood, do you think that parents can go too far when they joking with their kids, talking about their kids, especially in public? You know what I mean? Like embarrassing their kids in public.
Yeah, yeah, you go way too far. Hold on, let me make sure because I know you can hear everything but the right thing sometimes. But no, because the missus in there cooking. But no, that's honestly, so if grandma was in the hood, he got a valid point. Only time I was at home was on the weekend. So
Right.
y'all know, but y'all don't know. Like y'all really. So to put somebody in the environment, that same environment that you say that they're not from, they may not have to be from there, but if they're around the trenches, the traps, and all that, then hey, you can't really knock them and say. But his daddy can at least tell him, well, no, being from there, doing that type of fair time, doing all that. I mean, it ain't that man is not certified to teach his son that, but at the same time, I respect how he put it. Like, hey, he want to be grown. He gonna have to learn on his own. I mean, you can only do so much. Just because you have your children don't mean that they're gonna come out the way that you expect for them. No matter how good you raise them, our children are gonna end up being who they are. Some of them gonna be fuck ups. Some of them gonna be straight. Some of them gonna be all that, and some just gonna be just like everybody else or the normal person. So I mean, we have high expectations. So it don't matter how much money you got, how much wealth you got. If your child is going to end up being something that they choose to be, we can only thing we can do is guide them, and he's no different. He's no different. She said with a Pac-Man mouth. You know what?
Child, yeah, with a Pac-Man mouth.
But I want
But
to
you
say,
know
but
what?
hey, for real, sis. I mean, that's like the way, like for instance, I'll just use this for a quick example, and I'm done for the moment. That's like my nephews. That's like how you raise Puff and Cam, and then all of a sudden, that's just hypothetically because I doubt it. Doubt my nephew would end up doing nigga shit like that. But that's like them ended up going totally opposite of how you raised them. You see what I'm saying? I ain't saying that they don't know about that life,
Right.
but it's like them going all the way full fledged. Like, yeah, mama, I'm from the set. They put me on the dead homies. That type of shit. You're gonna be like, hold on, wait, what? What? That ain't where I raised y'all. It don't matter. That's on the dead homies. That ain't, you know what I'm saying? That ain't what that you as a parent, you're not going. You don't expect that or exceed, and it's like it's hard for you to accept that. But hey, man,
Oh no, and I wouldn't accept that. And excuse me. Hopefully,
no, you good.
I think by now, with my oldest being 26, about to be 27, and Cam about to be 22, I think they little past that stage. I hope
Hey,
of
so
trying to get out there in
she
the streets. But like I said,
got
I
niggas
hope.
our age still in the
But
street.
right, but they were never in the streets. So that's what I'm saying. I hope that they are past that point where they want to be. or might be enticed, but you never know. You never know. But I'm just saying, I hope. But I can't recall. And let me how you hit mute, bro.
My bad,
I
Trey.
can't recall. That's okay. I can't recall one incident where my sons, they were hanging around one of their friends, one of their best friends who they known for years, and they have like the same friends like forever and still friends with these guys. But this was when they were like maybe I don't know 20. They were like in college, and I think they were home for the weekend or home for a holiday or whatever. And I had picked them up, and they homeboy who I love dearly. They all they friends call me mom, you know what I'm saying? But he was yelling out the window, blood, blood, what up, blood, what up, blood, just randomly. And people walking by or people outside I almost wrecked my car. I was like, what the hell? I said, oh, we gangbangers now? We gangbangers now? You a blood now? And he was like, nah, mom, I'm not a blood. I'm not a gang. I'm just, just having fun. Boy, I must have went off. I literally snapped. I was going off so long after we got home. After they got in the house, unloaded their shit, I was still going off. I called his mama and told her why. Well, now these grown boys, they're in college, they right out of high school, so they weren't grown. But I told my son, I said, I don't care what your friend does, but if I ever hear you calling somebody blood, cuz anything like that. And now keep in mind that we had gang members in our family growing up. So it was like the norm back then. You either was a blood or a crip, right? And a lot of the people who were in the gangs, including my siblings, one of them who was on our show last night as a guest, one of my bros, that was his first time on our show last night. But we talked a little bit about our background. Excuse me. But they grew up seeing that, but not seeing it because I didn't keep them sheltered, but I kept them from the worst of the worst. And Lord knows I love my family. Lord knows I love my family. But it was so many times when my kids was growing up, and my family members like, "Where's such and such? Where's such and such? Why you never bring them around? We ain't seen them in a long time." And I'd be like, they at their dad's, or they had basketball practice, or I would make up some kind of excuse because I didn't want them around certain people in the family because certain people in the family was still in that gang banging blood cuz mentality. They were still in that mentality. It was nothing for them to be having on some red rag in their pocket around their head. What up, blood? What up, cuz? We still had that when my kids was growing up, like the older cousins and uncles, and they still would talk like that. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So if it wasn't like a holiday or a birthday or something, sometimes I would keep my kids home. And they'd be like, why can't we go? Why can't we go? We like having fun over there. And then I'm like, you don't understand. You don't understand now, but you'll understand. You know what I mean? So that is kind of how I kept them from knowing too much about that life. But trust me when I say they know a lot of shit that went down with us when we were younger because you can't help sometimes be around your family and y'all start reminiscing on shit, right? Like, hey, remember when we did this? Remember when we did that? And remember when you fought this? Like my bro brought up last night without me even mentioning her name. Cross-eyed. You know who I'm talking about, bro. He was like, man, I remember when you beat up that girl at the basketball court, man. That was the fight that made me say, we got a fighter on our hands. He said she was always fighting, but that was the fight. And I was like, so it's times like that with my sons and them, or any of our children will be looking at us like, what the hell was y'all doing when y'all was little? Like, so I try my best to keep them away from that shit. And I think for the most part, T.I. and Tiny probably tried to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But we don't know what really goes behind their walls. Hey, Miss Reyes, how you doing? Miss Ray Triple X, how you doing? What's up, Prayed Up? But yeah, she said he acts entitled to me and he looks Chad, I'm trying to stay off this boy and his looks. I really am. I already showed a couple of pictures. That's one of the pictures that they always be posting about this dude. But I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I'm still like, do he got the tiny step out on Ti? Because I don't know who the hell he looks like in the family. Like, but anyway, like they said, 14 years of sucking on a binky might do that to your whole mouth. Child. Yes, thanks for sharing the live out. They said thanks for the invite, Deanna. Thank you, Boo, for sharing the live out. Yes, please like and share the video, y'all. But yeah, and Ti in a tiny situation, like I said, we don't know what really goes on behind these celebrity walls, but what they show us or what we find out from a police report. But in this particular case, like we didn't know that some of the kids weren't even living in the house when they were growing up. That during that all those years of family hustle, that they were staying at the grandma house. Some of them were staying at the grandma house. And then when the producer said, excuse me, I got the hiccups. When the producer said, we need the kids on some footage and then some scenes, then they would tell the kids, bring the kids to the house. And then right after the scenes, right after them recording the footage, they would take the kids right back to their grandma's house. We had no idea. At least the majority of us didn't have no idea that that was going on. So again, we don't know what goes on behind that house. But like bro said, what did you say earlier, bro? You said if he was staying at his grandma's house, it could be a possibility that he was out there doing some hood shit. And we don't know where the grandma lives, right? We know where Ti and them live, but we don't know where the grandma lived or what area down there that she lived in. If it was hood, if it was the suburbs, if it was gated, if it was. But he really is standing on the fact that he grew up in the hood. And Ti and Tiny, what did Ti ask him? Have you ever went to sleep and woke up to a roach crawling on your face or crawling in your ear? He was like, no. And every house in the hood don't have roaches, y'all. Every house in the hood don't have roaches. Every house in the hood don't have mice. Some of the houses in the hood are really nice. They might be older and might need a little patchwork, a little handiwork, but they ain't all infested like some people like to think. But anyway, bro, you can chime in. I'm reading some of these comments.
No, you good. I mean, you ain't lying about that, cause I lived in the Uptown Project. That's what we call it, the Wooden Project. Y'all know what it is. Yeah. On that 51st to the 5
My
Duke.
yacht,
You know what
my
I'm
yacht, the yacht.
saying?
Yes.
Them was the wooden projects for real, because they had built them things out when basically it was the as they say, the Great White Migrate from the inner thresholds of the inner city of the North Omaha community. So what they did was
Yeah.
they just pushed forward, as they say, the uptown, as they say, the take a landfill and smooth it out, and that's exactly what they did. And now when you look at it, when I look at the 14 plus damn near 15 years I spent out there, I look at it now. Whenever I do end up going home, and it's an actual neighborhood subdivision. Nothing that what I've seen or nothing that what I grew up on exists. Only remnants of it is how the inclines in the neighborhoods or the streets are. But other than that, nah. It ain't no remnants of nothing.
Yeah,
That
it really isn't. Like I was saying when I drove past Wakanda the other day, and I just turned and looked at the side street that
yeah.
will take us into my yacht, and it's like
Yeah.
it's totally different. And mind it is nice though. They got some really nice houses going up
Mm-hmm.
over there. But yeah, that was like the wooden projects, and they were really nice and bougie and all that kind of stuff when they
They were
first
like
were built.
Aspens, like Colorado.
Yeah,
It was Colorado-ish. It was like
yes.
an Aspen, Colorado type design. Because the
Yeah,
architect,
yeah. The architect really did a good job on those, but as we found out later, they took a lot of shortcuts, and
yep,
that's why there was a lot of
cheap ass
issues with
material.
that. Yep,
It was
yep,
like that Foxwood. It was wood, but it was like it was that old bootleg wood. It was that old Splendor wood. It was that wood that shit, you fart too damn hot, you might catch on fire on the wood. So that's real. So it's just, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it housed a lot of families, a lot of people, a lot of generations grew up. I still to this day can feel the love from people that are originally from there, that that have grown, and landowners and successful, and careers and business owners and Super Bowl winners and all kind of stuff, just different walks of life. So it's like, hey man, you don't get that type of you just don't get that type of love or that type of honesty or that type of none of that or that type of training. All the big mama shit. It actually here, to be honest with you, shit, those of our generation, we the next in line for big mamas and pawpaws. I mean, because unless we give it to the youth, they'll never be able to experience it.
Well,
And that's just
I already told my family I'm the big mama of the family too. For one, I
ain't
am
nothing
big,
wrong with that.
and for two, all our big mamas, not necessarily big, but they have passed on.
Right, yeah, that's what we
So
call it.
I rep that. I rep that.
You
Yeah.
damn right. I'm just like shit. Just like my granddaddy and all them was, my great uncles and all them. No, they was they were alphas. They were gentlemen. They were chiefs, but they were gentlemen. But at the same time, everybody know a real gangster is a gentleman. And them brothers, and they took care of business. They didn't do all that wolf ticket and hot pissing. They wasn't bullshitting. That heat was up under their feet and they was moving. We can dance with you, or we can dance along with you, or we can dance with you. Take your choice.
Right. Right.
We got
But you know
things to
what?
handle. Shit.
I do have to say one thing. I do have to say one thing. In King's defense, when it comes to us parents and we being out in the public with our children, I can recall sometimes also where I didn't just had the utmost embarrassment by family members, by my elders, and you just feel like you just want to go somewhere and crawl under a hole, under a rock. Also, I ain't even gonna lie, there's been times where I done that to my children too, where I done said something or thought it was a joke or just a kiki. We just playing around. And then they be like, dang, mom, why you have to say that? Mom, really? Really, mom? Why? So sometimes we do have to, think before we speak, even when it comes to our children. And of course, we the parent. I can say what the fuck I want to say. You the kid. I'm the grown up. Stuff like that. But you could see like King was getting more and more and more upset because of what his parents were saying to him. And then when Tiny was talking about the binkies, when she said the only reason why you always wanted to be at your grandma's house was because that's the only place you could suck your binky till you was 14 years old, I was like, oh no. Oh no, but then like again, we can tell that that he probably was sucking on a binky. He was sucking on something, for a
The
long
old
time
gold
with
mouth
his mouth.
man. The old gold mouth.
Man,
The old gold mouth. My bad, Cavassier kicking in. It's gold mouth.
no, that sounds like something Deanna would say too. Old gold mouth food.
You
But
ever see it?
God bless the child that got
Yeah,
his
they
own.
got
And
him. Hey, I'm not mad at him. I don't give a damn gold mouth for now. Shit, hey, he well off. I mean, he do his shit right. I mean, but it's always it's just something about us. It's gonna always be somebody. It's just got to be that one somebody. As the song used to say, my mom used to say, if I can just help that one somebody, they are that somebody. Like, damn, you just gotta fuck up just because, huh? Because you feel like you feel like it's an honor for you to fuck up because or you thinking that somebody's gonna, my parents or my daddy or no, you're gonna learn the hard way, son. young lady. Oh, you gonna learn. That's all I got to say.
Right. Well, you know what? Somebody said, and y'all tell me if y'all agree. Somebody on one of my Facebook friends, they one of my Facebook friends posted this picture that I was showing earlier. Hold on, let me bring it back up. That's from the altercation, from the argument, from the fight at the football game. And one of my Facebook friends said King real life looks like one of the Simpsons. They said them lips not big, it's his teeth. 12 years of a beaky will do it to you. I was hollering. They said he looked like a Simpson, y'all. Do y'all think he looks like one of the Simpsons? Come on now. I was like, child, I don't know. I don't see it. But it was so funny. People are making so many funny comments about this boy, and I just feel bad for him sometimes because again, this boy has been dragged for his looks since he was a remember when he was a little kid and he was on Family Hustle, they family TV show. And oh my god, like people used to drag that boy. Like people calling him albino, people calling him translucent, like he can see through that motherfucker. I mean, oh child,
Man,
people
that boy
have
just got
really
that's a mouthful. Yeah. Well, he got his mama's mouth. Yeah. Yeah, dog, that's his mama mouth. Cause Tiny dog, that heifer mouth ain't she.
That boy was on that damn show sucking his thumb.
Okay, well, his mama got a mouth.
yeah, he was, yep. And I guess if he wasn't sucking on his thumb, he was sucking on his binky. And
His daddy got a
Fredo
green.
said,
I mean, his daddy got some wide green cheek too. But no, that's that tiny mouth.
I don't know that one. That rapper had to be
that's that tiny mouth.
6.
that's what somebody said in the chat. They said they think he looks like Tiny if he wouldn't have had all those surgeries.
I've seen them.
And you know they did used to call. They remember they called Tiny Piggy or Miss Piggy a long time ago.
She did look like Piggy. She did look like Miss Piggy. Now she looks like Miss Piggy with blue eyes.
Oh shit!
Yeah, she went and got her Chronicles of Riddick. That's her. That's the eye. That's what she did to her eyes. She literally had that shit done
permanently. Fuck that.
I still can't believe that. I can't believe the extent people will go to just to look like somebody else.
Well, when he did that movie, they did to get his eyes like that. Besides the kind of they actually had to like literally shave. There's like layers of like they had to shave his eyes down like layers microscopically just on a certain level for it to look like he was glowing in the dark. But for her, she actually had that same type of procedures done, but it's like to make her eyes.
It's like irreversible. Yeah, it's like irreversible.
Well, that's what she wanted. I mean, it's okay.
But remember when her daughter did it? Remember when her daughter did it, y'all? Remember the issues that she had when her daughter tried to do it?
Hey.
And she thought she was going blind. Do y'all remember that?
Hey.
Oh, I didn't know. You talking about what's her name? Monique or something like that?
No. Tiny's daughter. Remember? She had tried to was it T.I.'s daughter or Tiny's daughter? I think it was T.I.'s daughter. The oldest girl.
Yeah, you talking about Tiny's daughter that she don't have with T.I.
Well, it was the one who was
had a child.
It was the one who was in the group, right? Wasn't that T.I.'s daughter?
I know who you talking about.
Yeah, because one of them is T.I. got a daughter.
That's Tiny's daughter, the one that you talking about.
Okay. So Tiny's daughter. Okay, so Tiny's daughter, the one that ain't by T.I.
Right.
Okay, yeah. She thought she was going to go blind, and it was bad. I remember doing commentary and doing a video on it like 4 or 5 years ago. And she had purple eyes or something like that. And she really thought she was going blind. Yeah.
Well,
it was bad.
You think you got purple fucking eyes? The fuck?
Girl.
Because she wanted to be seen.
No.
Yeah.
She won't be seen.
And it's like
you do get older.
You still got to brush your teeth regardless of.
Man, people can have the most money ever available to a man and still will do everything in their power. And still will do everything in their power to look like somebody else.
I'm working towards that type of bread because that way is because with that type of with that type of money on their bread, the asset, you basically how they stay on top is that they buy something that's an asset. That's income producing. That's how most that got where we say, oh, they got a lot of money. Well, they have their assets. That's what really speaks on that. I mean, and then when you, I mean, shit. Look at the. I mean, when you look at it, look at the YouTube content. I mean, look at the content creators if they do it right. If they do it right,
Yeah.
it's how you take what you got. Hell, a 9 to 5. There's some people that 6 figure 9 to 5. They work their ass off, but
Right, right. Well, I just
nevertheless,
want to say, if I was to give any advice, because we're gonna jump to our next topic, so
for
we
sure.
won't be on here too long. But I'm gonna mute you, bro, because it's
Oh my
really
bad.
noisy. But I'm gonna say this real quick, just a little advice. To parents, when you out in public with your children, sometimes we can go too far. I didn't have my parents go too far. I remember one time I didn't speak to my grandma on my mama's side for months. Like I didn't speak to her for months because she used to always tease me. She used to tease me so bad when we was younger, and I would like get so upset. And one time I started talking back to her and talk, man, she chased me out the house with a broom. It was like it was bad. And I was telling my mom, I ain't ever going over there again. I ain't ever going over there. I can't stand your grandma. I mean, stand your mom. And so it was like, well, you just need to talk to her. You need to talk to her. And I did talk to her. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I didn't know. So, that stuff happens. And even with my kids, sometimes in the past when they were younger, I had to apologize because sometimes you get carried away when you talk to your friends, talk to your homegirls, and you be bringing up shit that happen to do with your children. And it might be something that's really embarrassing or sensitive to them, but you might not feel it is. And so, that's just a little advice that I want to give for parents, especially if you're out in public or in a crowd of people and you joking around with your kids, because eventually the child is probably going to get upset, and then y'all gonna be going back and forth. Then the next thing you know, you're gonna be up in your child's face doing the parenting shit. Shut your mouth, just like Tiny was doing. Shut your mouth, be quiet. You was embarrassing us, and da da da. And then he was up there. Well, why you letting them tell me, say that stuff about me? Why you letting them talk about me like that? Why you let me? So just a piece of advice. I only got 2 kids, so I don't know everything about parenting, but I just wanted to say that. Now, moving right along, bro. The next thing I want to talk about, uh, yeah, the people on your favorite side of the world, bro. Your people on the say on your favorite people on the other side of the road, on the other side of the world. I can't even speak. King Charles, King Charles. I told y'all the 2 people we're gonna talk about tonight both had King in their names. So we talked about a little bit of celebrity news from over here, a little hood news, a little celebrity news, and now we're gonna go over to the other side of the world and discuss a little bit of other celebrity news.
God save the
And
queen. God bless her.
and let me read this first, bro. Let me read this first. So the people who might not know what's going on, I'm gonna just read a little bit, okay? But it says King Charles is accused of using millions meant for a charity to fund real estate empire. Their real estate empire, the family. It basically says King Charles allegedly used millions intended for charity to fund and upgrade his personal real estate empire in a shocking development to come nearly 7 months after the new king's coronation in May. A bombshell report found that the 75-year-old monarch allegedly used medieval feudal laws to repossess tens of millions of dollars left behind by dead British citizens. According to the report, published by The Guardian this week, King Charles obtained more than $75 million dollars through a practice called bona vacantia. Bona vacantia, or unknown property, reportedly refers to the property and assets left behind by British citizens who died without a will or without next of kin. So basically, money that was left behind by certain citizens over there who didn't have family to leave it to or didn't have a will saying where the money should go. He was secretly taking those funds that was supposed to be for charity, right? And basically, out of the charitable assets or the money or the funds that was left behind by these people who didn't leave their money to a specific person, only 15% was really going towards charity. And the other 85%, aka $75 million, King Charles secretly stole. Now, bro, when we was talking about this earlier, child, first of all, let me say this, and I'm gonna let bro chime in. They
No, you
said
good.
despite generating over 1.6 billion in revenue over the past 60 years, neither the Duchy or its sister's estate, the Duchy of Cornwall, has paid corporation tax or capital gains tax. And while the funds acquired through Bona Vacantia are intended for charities, again, only 15% of the money collected by the monarch has been directed towards them in the past decade. So this has been going on before he even became the king. This has been going on for a decade. $75 million. Anyway, go ahead, bro.
Oh, do your thing, sis. I mean, shit. I'm grooving and moving, girl. I'm multitasking. My bad. Give me a second.
Oh, you over there doing some things. Okay, I just wanted you to chime in on the part where we was discussing earlier about their entire, allegedly, their entire bloodline being thieves. So that's what I want you to chime in because again, when we was doing commentary on the Queen when she passed, and we was doing
Oh
commentary on
yeah,
that, and we was
yeah,
doing
sure.
commentary on the coronation. I always said I really don't know much about the British Empire over there, the kings, the
No.
queens, the thirds, the fourths, the fifths. I don't really know a lot about that. But one thing you said sounded interesting to me about their whole bloodline being thieves.
Yeah, well they are, man. Well, shit. Well, look, see, and the reason why I say that is because I can't say they're whole because a lot of people don't understand that that old lady that just got her cobblestone boots on from over there, she was I believe, the great. I think it's either the she's the great niece times 3 or 4 of the original last queen, which was a what we call black, but she was a Moorish queen. She was one of the last descendants of the Moorish Empire that had ruled Europe for over 700 plus years. We're talking about 7 centuries plus. And little do you know is that them folks is indirectly, regardless of how we look at it, but indirectly, yeah, they got just a tad bit of speck of melanin in them. They don't want y'all to know what that is. They try to cover that up. The stuff that they got right now over there, the crowns and the chairs and all that. A lot of that stuff is stolen jewels, artifacts from different nations and countries. And if y'all pay attention, they just, well, I don't know if it was Ethiopia or somebody in Nigeria. They told them, they ain't got to give them their stuff back. Now, mind you, they took these people's national crowns and jewels decades and centuries ago, and they still telling these folks they can't get their stuff back because it deserves to be in the Royal Museum of Artifacts. That national treasure type. If I pay attention to the Nicolas Cage movies with the national treasure and the Tom Hanks and the Angels and Demons and all that. If y'all pay attention to all that stuff, the Vatican, all that stuff is real. The only place that the Queen, if y'all ever notice, rest her soul. The only places you will see that lady dressed as a pawn will be when she had to go to the I believe it's the Rothschild's estate, which is a 600-acre estate that is literally in the middle of the city of London, and people don't even understand. That's what she did. She was not recognized as a queen. She came as a regular person. You know, like literally dressed down. I mean, if the rare pictures and photos that they released at that woman's end of her life, where they showed, oh, this is a picture of where they showed the queen. You know, she was just in dressed down. No, that's when she was about to go talk to one of them barons about what her next level of life was. So people gotta understand that their history and what those people have did and what they have so-called accomplished or whatever. I'm not saying that they haven't accomplished anything. There's no cap about that. I'm not saying that they have not accomplished anything at all. They did a whole lot of things, but their intentions of you capitalizing off of the wealth and the riches and the legacy of what y'all call a secret or hidden histories in these temples and secret societies. Y'all stole our legacies. They wasn't born with that. You got to remember. And I'll say it at this and I'll leave it at that. Just so our people can understand who our history and how great and how advanced that we are. And that's just in our DNAs. It runs from those times all the way to now. But we had running underground systems and water systems and public toilets and baths and street lights running 400 years in the city of Seville over there in Spain. Almost 400 years before them folk even knew how to stop digging a doggone hole in the ground, to handle their business. When they kings had huts and barns with a chimney and no windows.
But I think it's a crime shame, child.
And that's real. I mean, this shit is documented, so it's like this. They don't want us. They don't want none of us over here in the Western Hemisphere to know any damn thing about what they really and truly did to a lot of our people and ancestors, even over here in that area of Europe. They know what it is. And we sitting around here, God bless the world. I'm not saying, she got her cobblestones on, just like the old Pope. He got his old cobblestones on too. Everybody got their cobblestone. But the key to it is
not the cobblestone shoes.
But sis, what you gotta think, a lot of people don't understand that woman's mother was still living while she was queen. Her mom was the queen mother. That woman was about 108 years old before she kicked the bucket. And I ain't talking about the queen lady that just died here. Her mother was 108 long before this woman even got ill and was about to die off. Here it is lately, in the last good year or so, if that. Yeah, her mom. Yeah, that was the real ruler. Because everybody on the planet plays taxes to the queen. Don't you know that old heifer had owned over 1/6 of the planet Earth? Anything that was land, like habitable, meaning that anything that a human or someone, or whether it's an animal or not, that can live on, she was the owner. I ain't talking about she leased it. No. That heifer was the landlord. 1/6. And if you look at all the millions and millions of acres around the land of habitable land usage, she was the biggest owner. Everybody, even the sultans, the Moroccans and all them kingdoms, all that, they pay her taxes. And we talk about God bless the queen. Y'all gonna learn today.
So not only were they receiving money that way, but also with that rule that they had over there, or actually it was a law where basically if you pass away, and you have nobody to leave your money to, or you don't have a will, there's a law that says that money goes to charities, and it's supposed to also not only go to charities, but it's also supposed to like certain places around the country, around the city, like here, how we have like monuments
Yeah, you
or
forfeit. Mhm.
monumental things here, like what's that place on 24th Street, what's the black
You
museum
talking
called?
about the Martin Luther
uh
King statue thing?
right, like there's certain things that people have in every city that has been there so long it cannot be touched, it cannot be sold, you know what I mean? So a lot of those funds are supposed to go to keep up the maintenance of those things too, but instead, they were using the money to keep their own properties up,
Exactly.
updated. All that money,
Exactly.
and ain't no telling what else they were using the money for. And
Y'all know
that
they was
just
using that money for. They was getting them. They was getting all them. What you call them? Them. Andromeda. The Andiformarines or whatever the stuff that when babies and the fetus, it's like a natural energetic from when the babies or fetuses or when the babies Andromeda is a chromosome from when children are birthed. It's like the nucleus. It's like science has been studying this since science know what science is. They've been studying. They've been studying this because they want to know where that energy spark come from, and then to figure it out, it's like part of the what they call the fountain of youth. It's like a chromosome in a certain level of like meat. Yeah, this shit's sick, man. And these people are like the major they are like the top. These bloodlines and stuff that they got, the so-called royals and all that stuff, man. These people wicked, man. Like these some wicked. That when y'all gotta understand, even in your own word, whatever you believe in, don't care what you believe in. It ain't about that. It's about the fact is that when your scriptures teach you, you don't fight against, you fight against principalities in high places. Wicked. These are wicked people. We don't see them. They don't eat what we eat. Even when we think we eating the best, or we get some good steak and lobster shrimp, they don't even eat that. If they do eat it, they eat the best of it. If they're eating steak, they eating Wagyu. They eating Japanese. They're not eating American. Even though the American way have been blessed, but they're eating stuff that's over in them other countries. Wagyu. They're eating the best of that if it comes to meat, or if it comes to organics and fruits and exotic fruits from different parts of Africa, northern, southern, all from foods from all over the world. They get the best cuts of all, whether it's fish, it don't matter. They get the best of it all on a daily. You talking about wasteful. We're not wasteful. These same people we're talking about. And that's just them. We're not talking about the other families. We're not talking about the other corporations and the people that don't even understand what the hell is going on. So yeah, for him for that, that's a cover up. We'll take that, man. We the royal family. Who gonna say something to us?
right.
Really?
And what the word I was looking for was historical buildings. That's what that word I was looking for when
Yeah,
I said
historical
earlier that
landmark.
those funds, yeah, those funds is supposed to go to not only to the charities, but also to keep up,
Yeah,
the
the
historical
preservation.
buildings, the landmarks and things like that. But instead, he
It
was
went to
taking
their shit.
all that money, yeah, all they properties that they own to keep remodel and keep their shit up to
Yeah, the
par.
House of Windsor and all that. That's their shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, they ain't shit. But I guess what? But I bet you if we keep on talking on social media about what the hell we could do, they'll want to shut us down. But they can embezzle and bamboozle millions and billions of dollars. Make it make sense.
Man, man, you know what? I just wish I know Megan Mark. I know she wrote a book and all that kind of stuff, and she jumped on a few. I was about to say panels. She jumped on a few interviews and stuff. But man, I mean, if the walls could talk over there, I know Megan got some tea, boy. But they left, and they still live in Cali, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Megan,
but then
and
she not about to. She not. Since I'm gonna tell you something. Regardless of that
I
woman
know,
had
I know.
that woman but on a serious note, that woman had to really, let's just say that she if she don't want to be the next Princess Diana, then let's just say she better stay where in her place.
I get it. I get it. Yeah, but I know that's what I'm saying, man. If she, I'm just saying the tea. I know she got so much tea,
Oh man,
but that it will just blow
that would blow
the
the whole world
family.
away.
Right. It will just blow us all away. And hey, what's up, Corio? Hey, boo. Corio said, I can't believe King Charles was still it. The continuation of the royal family is in question. Many believe that William will be the last king. You know what, Corio? They
TT,
said this been
they've
going
been
on
studying
for
for
they,
centuries.
they said this has been going on for at least the past decade, the
They,
75 million that he stole. But just imagine if it probably has really been going on a lot longer than that. Like they have a law, and I don't know what our law is here. I don't know. I never looked into that kind of shit. But for people who don't have a will and they don't have nobody to leave their money to,
no,
it
but
goes into a fund that's supposed to go towards charities, and that's their law that is supposed to go towards charity and help maintain landmarks and monumental historical buildings. And it's like a law, and basically they were stealing from man. That's
make
why
it
they
make
got so
sense.
much goddamn money over there. Not only was they getting money off of all the property that they people was paying taxes on that was owned by the family, but also from stealing money from charity.
So
Like they said, 15%. Only 15% was going towards the charity.
only so 15% of how much did they say that they stole? They said that they
They
stole
said he took
25 million, right?
75. No, no,
Also, he took
75.
75 million, right? So
Yes,
70,
yes.
okay, so you said 15% of 75 million, right? Well, let's just say let's just say because we know it's more than 75. But let's just say 15% of 75 million. Okay. Because that means that 10% of 75 is 7.5. So you had that extra half of 7.5, which would be what? 3 point it's going to be what 3.75. So you look at that, meaning that so out of $75 million, you mean to tell me is that out of $85 million on up, he got $75 million.
Yeah, because if it was 15%, most likely it was around like 85 or something that they
That's what
had
I'm
all
saying. So I
together.
mean,
Or
so
yeah.
he sent off only 10 plus, which is only enough to maybe keep the keep the directors of the houses and the estates in the preservation. I mean, I'm talking about all over the whole country. Yeah, I mean, they got some very wise accounts off. Your Honor, I mean, or Your Majesty, you can give this each one this amount, and it'll equal up to the amount, but you can keep this. So instead of them getting the 35 million, then only over half, right at half, if not more. Let's just say we can show you how to keep it more or less 3/4 of it to 9/10. So that means that they only get the basics. Oh, really? You think about that. Say, out of 85 million, I could get 75, and we ain't doing nothing but just taking what? Some bad publicity? Nigga, please. I'm McCain. My mama wasn't shit. My grandma wasn't shit. I said it, and I'ma stand on it. We was thieves. Yeah, we know. This been a righteous. This did not a righteous, but this has been a religious war against the rulers that had ruled over our doggone me. I mean, yeah, this goes back long. This goes back centuries. So yeah, I'm gonna take all that, even though I know that my great times four It's really some nigga juices, but I don't want the world to know that. And when everybody laughed at that old lady when she came out, and they talking, "Oh, she just joking, she's playing." No, she wasn't playing. I'm the great in these times. What the descendant of four of what was the queen? Queen Victoria. Yeah, the original. She was a Moorish queen. She was an actual one of the original last rulers that was our people. I'm talking about us, olive skin. I'm talking about actual, directly from dynasties. That's why that woman said what she said, but people still, no, she just, no. So $75 million, all that quotes up until, so imagine how many times. Is this just the $75 million that he got caught with, or is it the $75 million that everybody's saying that's just total? You can't tell me.
That's what they saying was in the last. They said in the last decade, that's how much he stole.
In the last decade. Okay, this family has been worth hundreds of billions of dollars for decades. We're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars. We're not talking about hundreds of millions. We're not talking about hundreds of thousands. No, ma'am. We're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars. There's other families that are richer, 10 times richer than them, but it's just the type of rulership that they got. This woman got the land mandate all over the planet, a 6. And if y'all do the math on the 1/6 of the planet, man, that's a lot of land. I'm trying to told you. It means polar bears was paying that old goat taxes. If y'all understand real shit. This is stuff that they hide from the public, but it's public information, but it's hidden. You gotta know where to look and where to go and how to follow the money. And even from her grave, that old goat still running shit. Cause somebody paying them damn taxes. Her son, he got to pay, he got to collect. Ma groomed me to collect. That's all I watched that woman do. Sit over here with her tea and crumpets and ride in her right side riding limousine, her $1.5 million Rolls Royce. Going from the castle to the Buckingham. And that's what Ma did. And she met with rulers over that old rotary phone. Kings and sultans and all that shit. See, people up there, we all thinking it's glamour. Nah, man. No, ma'am. This is real talk. And that heifer said, I'm going with my boots on. And she died with her boots on. But it's still going, though, sir. That embezzlement. So y'all got to think. You said a decade, right? $75 million over a decade. But like you said, we're going to calculate it to 85. So let's just say 85 million times 10 years. That's what, $850 million? That's nothing to them. That's what them niggas done stole. They done stole at least $750 million. Better add a zero on that. You just certain things that you cannot do and expect for any and everybody just to believe that. Even a fool will question his existence. So if they think that they fooling everybody, then there's somebody that slipped through the cracks, and I'm one of them. Because there's nowhere in the hell. There's nowhere in the heaven. There's no way in the middle of the planet Earth or any other of the doggone 9 solar planets in the universe, our universe at least, that is existent on all different levels. It don't matter. You're not going.
Well, there has to be.
Shit.
There has to be a lot of people involved to get that much money over 10 years. And Corio asked, how did they find out? They haven't revealed that information yet. But what they did say was that, the king, they have an extensive amount of property, commercial properties, land, they got hotels, they got farmland, they got castles, offices, elite properties. They got a large amount of real estate, and that was left all behind from Queen Elizabeth. And so basically, with that money, they was using a lot of that money to basically take care of their townhomes, their holiday rentals. they country cottages, their barns.
Everything.
There's everything, and that money was supposed to be used for charities and also for historical properties in their kingdom or in their their country.
You
But and
gotta
definitely
think.
for properties, for definitely for charity. But instead, the charity was only getting 15% of the money, and he managed to get 75 million in 10 years. That's
But
crazy.
who owns the charities? That's the key. Hello.
I don't know. They
Nobody.
said it's a law. It's just a law. I don't know who owns it.
Well, yeah,
I
no,
mean, being that
it's a
it is,
law. It's a
being that
law.
I mean, who really owns charities? Like, if we have a charity here, who really owns it? Isn't it like a lot of people that be on like the board or something like
Yeah.
that?
It depends on how you got that charity set up. But see, what they don't want y'all to know, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave it at that. And it ain't nothing that you can go and look at. You can look it up; it'll tell you. But if you don't know how to structure it, I would advise you to not think that you just gonna go set up and think you doing something and hide something. These people understand the
Right.
system that they created, but it's called a 508. How y'all think Donald
Yeah. When
Trump?
you set up
How y'all think?
charities,
How do you think Donald Trump is still a billionaire? A 508 is the most powerfulest church on the planet. It's a trust. What
right?
you think protects the Vatican? What y'all think protected the Queen with her goat mouth ass? Rest her soul. A
And
508,
that's what
that
I'm
means can't
saying.
nobody
Like,
touch shit.
you just can't just up one day, I'm gonna just start a charity. It's like paperwork behind that, tax documents behind that. I mean, you gotta have like you can't like be the only one,
Yeah, it ain't
running the charity and all
503.
that kind of shit. So ain't no telling who was all behind that. But a lot of people had to play a part. 75 million,
So I'll
that's
put
a
a zero
lot of
on it.
money.
Even $75
It
million.
could have been
That's
more.
hey, 75, but a $75 million, if you equivalent that into the British pound, somebody eating good. Somebody got a lot of gas.
And I'm
A
sure
lot of
Megan probably
gas.
knew about this. Megan probably even knew about this shit. I'm sure, like I said earlier, if the walls could talk, man, if we knew it was all inside Megan's mind, what all she knew, she probably knew about a lot of bullshit that was going on there that she didn't agree with. Not only the racist allegations and them treating her and her child different, but I'm sure she knows a lot of shit. And it was probably very, very wise for them to get their asses over here to get
Man,
her get her back to her.
if they wanna put her on the guillotine, they ain't got to well, go over there, catch her ass over here. Shit, I mean, you gotta understand the Brits.
Said, I know
Every
everybody can get caught slipping. I know, I
every
understand that, but
country in this world owns some part of America, some part of the land in every single state. That's why we're so accessible.
well, I'd rather take my chances back in my homeland than over there where I don't know nobody. Shit.
Well, that's
At least
true.
I come
But
over here
same
and I get
time,
with my niggas, and the hood be like, yeah, that bitch coming for me. I need this.
but if you ever seen some, but if you ever seen some triads or some other cats that's actually in the inner city of the ghetto, literally coming through and ain't nobody busting a great ball move, that's because those that know, even if they don't know, they know, okay, these cats, for them to be coming through here, they got to be owners or something. Because you're not going to just run through here. Though. Even the military, even people from the inner city know if the military got to come through, that means that something ain't right. So, I mean, something ain't right. Something's not. Somewhere. Well, what the hell going on? I mean, that goes to show, yeah, we since we've been bought out, and everybody been sold that, and that's what they get it. While we all still sitting around talking about Palestine, and while we watching Israel commit genocide, I said it. It's just the truth. But hey, it is what it is. But when it all unfolds, I guarantee you, whose hand is going to be in it? The same people we talking about right now. Their hands is definitely going to be right in the middle of it. I'm talking about right
It's just
stack slung in the
crazy.
middle.
It's just crazy how much they are worth as it is. Like, they're worth billions and billions, and you stealing money from charity. Ain't no telling what else the motherfucker's doing. So do you see this as maybe a reason why he could lose they could take his key. What do you call it? His
Nah,
crown,
you ain't.
or I mean,
Who's gonna silence a king besides another king or a ruler, or let's just say those it would have the round table
well,
would
how
have to
does it
silence
work?
it.
Like okay, I don't know how things work over there. I know like over here, like just like with with the orange man, like we can
Unless he
actually
mysteriously,
prosecute.
unless he mysteriously stop existing.
Well, I mean, so there's no measures that they take when they do crimes, like
Oh
we
yeah,
do over
The
here.
Vatican got ways of dealing with you. The Vatican got what you call a black pope. Everybody that's in the inner circle knows who the black pope is. The black pope is, yeah, real talk. The black pope is just that it's a position, but if you got the black pope, that means that you have control over all the armies of the world.
Well, do you see what Corio said? She said, do we know if the people in the UK are up in arms about this? I'm not sure, Corio, but then
Yeah,
Corio
they
said,
know what it
and,
is,
and then Corio said, a king can be made to abdicate his throne, and William will be crowned king.
basically. But for him to abdicate, you got to think this man has been groomed for how many decades?
Oh, he has been groomed for a long time to be
It's
king.
longer than we've been living. We're talking about this man
Yeah,
is what? That man is what, 70 something now, I think?
I
Because
remember
Prince
watching that
Diana would,
story.
if
Yeah,
he's not, huh?
He's in the 60s. They groomed them from
Okay,
birth.
Prince Diana would have been how long? How old now? Well, man, I'm about to be knocked out 50, literally. So that woman got to be every bit, damn near would have been 70. Damn near. Going on, they said they would have been late 60s. That man is up there.
I just know they groomed them from birth.
Well, exactly. They were born from birth to be groomed of that. So yeah, that's all that they know. So yeah, if all I knew how to do is to steal
yeah, he
and,
was groomed for a long time. Yeah.
but like I said, with everything is in place for what it is. So if somebody was to go AWOL, if they do got to abdicate him, then yes, he would have no choice but to accept it. If that man all of a sudden just started abdicating his throne, his title to the throne, y'all already know that means that there is something or someone or a group of
My
people.
bad. StreamYard tripping. Sorry.
They're way more powerful than he is, and he's a king. That goes to show you that he would have that. There's a council. Everybody, every government or every kingdom or whatever has a round table. You got to balance that power out. You're not gonna just rule over the people and just be everybody got to be subject to your personal will. It don't work like that. Congress has adjourned. You're gonna learn today. Caesar thought the same shit. And one of his own took him out. So it's nothing. You talk, like I said, when you are the commander and the general of all the world's armies, I'm talking about including mercenary, everybody answers to your ass. King what? Queen who? Princess who? Man, fuck you. I'm that dude. If I don't even want the Pope dusty ass, if I need him to have his cobblestone shoes, he was catching too. This is how deep that shit goes, and folks better start understanding. So 75 is just a smoke screen. Add a zero on it.
Yeah, I really do believe it was a lot more. I really do.
It's
And
way
how they found
beyond
out,
that.
I can't wait. Like Corio said, how did they find out? I
It
really
was
can't wait
leaked
to
out.
find out. But yeah, it will be revealed soon. It will be revealed soon.
It was leaked out. It was leaked out
Yep.
so we can keep our minds either on that, how much the hanged and stole, so per se, in 10-year period. Let's see if these niggas can add up ABC 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Damn.
8, 9, 10,
I'm
11,
like
12.
11, 12. Man,
Real
why you get me
shit.
started?
I'm saying that's what they got. They got the whole world like that. Why, like I said, why they are eating the best of the best or whatever.
The
Why
best lamb, the best lobster, the best shrimp, the
everything,
best
man, whatever it
steak.
is.
The
So
man,
the ink that they're
man.
signing documents on is coming from different species from the deepest parts of the ocean.
And they sit down and it's like a 100-foot table with
You
like
see what I'm saying? I
50
mean, this is
different
this
dishes and like this
daily.
royalty.
I'm talking
This
about
royalty.
daily, sis. And we ain't just fucking
Everybody
talking
sits at the
about
same
kings.
time and eat dinner at the same time. Like
And that's not
that's
just them. I'm just talking about the tradition. It's just they might set a threshold.
right.
But you talking about other national. You talking about the Indians over in India. You talking about the French over there. They all of those that are in power, like them, they eat and do exactly just like what the hell like they do. All but who? Us. We worth $2 trillion fucking damn dollars, nigga, and we broke and got an issue, and most of our people is fucked up and got mental health issues. We ain't got no hospitals. We all got SRTs and swangers, nigga, and big this and big that, but we ain't got shit. We
They
still
go to
dying as a whole shit
California.
place.
Go to California and they got thousands of people just living on the street, just living on the highway,
Yeah,
just tent,
you ain't
tent.
gotta
What
go to
they call it? They call
California.
it tent city. That's
Tent
crazy. I
City,
watched
are you
the.
talking? Oh shit, Arizona got the Tent City. That what they
Yeah, I be
I mean,
watching the documentaries about that, and that's
Skid
crazy.
Row that's L.A.
Yeah, Skid Row. Yeah,
Skid Row, and that to me, like I said, then San Francisco, Seattle. You know what? A lot of those people, the ones that they don't show y'all, those homeless ones, the ones that they don't show, they was the ones that actually you'll be like, hold on, if I was making that kind of money on the regular, I wouldn't be homeless. That's because you're not in that area. I mean, there's people that are making almost six figures that are sleeping in their cars and vans, the RV road, where they done took over a whole side of a part of a park or a public park or a stretch of interstate. People had to buy RVs to live in on the side of the road interstate because they priced out of what used to be something that was affordable now that's $700,000-800,000 damn dollar house, 2 bed, 1 bath, 900 square foot home.
oh my God, that just reminded me of something. And hey, friend, I want to speak to friend first
Oh, you good,
before
sis?
we
I'm on
move
mute.
forward. Hey, friend. Hey, boo. Thanks for joining us tonight. I had somebody had posted something earlier today, and it was a picture of this house, and it was off of 40th. I want to say it was off of 40th, and oh God, I can't remember the exact location right now, but they posted the house because they drove past it and they saw that it was for rent. And so they posted the sign and everything and the address. And the house is like 775 square feet. You know how small that is, right? 775 square feet. And 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Guess how much they wanted for it a month?
What, 3,800?
No, not that much. That's,
I know. I'm just hypothetical. What about what 2022, 1,800,
they
1,500?
want, hold on, let me go to it real quick.
And this is where?
This is hold on. Let me get the address. It's 4001 Word Street.
Fuck out of here. That's
So
over
basically,
there.
also yeah, in the hood.
40th and Word, nigga. That's shit. That's crib shit, nigga. That's 40 only.
I I
I got
know,
kinfolk from over there.
I know, right there in the hood. So somebody said the neighborhood is in 40th. They said the neighborhood is 40th in the hood, and they want $1,100, and it's a 2 bedroom, 1 bath, 775 square feet. Ain't that ridiculous?
When niggas I know used to pay about $400-500 a month for that
Thank
shit.
you.
I ain't talking about back in the day neither.
$1,100. So I made a comment on the post. I said I wouldn't pay them 11 any damn thing. And on Zillow it says it's only 775 square feet. These property management companies and landlords are out of their minds. That's the comment I
Man,
put on
you
there.
know what? I'm on a mission now. That's you know what too, sis. We had to talk to you about that too. We show coming up with a coming up with just a theme or a name. Because yeah, me and the missus, we about to start hitting y'all in the face for real. Because it's some shit I had to really pull up. I said, oh, I had to go through my archives. Like I'm damn dead serious. Like oh, it's even about some shit back home. Even with the riverfront development and a whole lot. I bet you most of those that from the whole city of the O don't have a clue on how all that shit transpired. Why I think they kind of hauled ass when they did, but anyway, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, nevertheless, that's crazy. I got partners that was born over there in that area, off of 40th and Word. I'm talking about literally in that same vicinity, born bred. That's all they knew. There's nowhere in the world $1,100 damn dollars. I don't give a man. Please, y'all tripping. Y'all tripping for real. 2 bed, 1 bathroom. What is up with y'all with these? Look, man. If you want to invest in something, give people at least an option of 2 bathrooms. Why everybody got to share 1 bathroom? Where y'all get off on that? And they got the nerves that want to act all snot nose like you got to have a doctor's appointment if you're rent behind. Because I got 3 kids and it's me and I'm by my damn self. And I got 2 stair steppers and 1 that might be in school, but he might got a common cold. But my little two younger ones, one might have RSV and the other might have the runs and the shits. So everybody around this motherfucker sick. But I'm in a 700 square foot 2 by 1.
Here's the picture, bro. Here's the picture, bro.
Fuck out of here, man.
See how small it is?
Get out of here with that shit, bro.
And they want $775. I mean, they want.
Then everybody wonder why the fuck that we are the way the hell that we are, why we banged, and why we did stupid shit, why we just all fucked up in the head, male and female, because we subject to shit like that. 700 plus square feet.
It's 775 square feet, but check this out, bro. This ain't even it. Somebody on the post said, "Is the house still mice infested?"
You see what I'm saying?
Hold on. They said, well, listen, bro. They said, I knew somebody who lived there and just moved out like months ago, and they said the house was infested with mice. And so somebody comment say, yeah, it's still infested. And they want $1,100.
That needs to be exposed, bro. Like y'all gotta stop playing all that old. Look, man, y'all. But you know what? Until y'all stand up and really honestly stand, that's go for everywhere, even down here in the TX, man. Until people stand up, man, this dude is gonna keep going like that. And then some unscrupulous or some person that's really needs something that has to really get they especially if they got little babies or something, they're gonna end up being found in that type of situation. And guess what? They're gonna take them to court. See, this is the fucked up part about this whole scenario, and that's what I'm about to help break the fuck up too, especially with this punk ass eviction bullshit. What folks gotta understand is that they're bait these people up in here to get them. You know good goddamn well that she might have a little telemarketing job, whatever, swoop at. Okay, that might be her. She may make that income. She ain't making that 3 times a month. But you talking about 1,100, so that means that
they want you to make 3 times the rent.
You want me to make over $4,000 plus to live over in the hood, to live in a 700 plus square foot 2 bed by 1 bath home.
Yep, and then why somebody said, bro, when they found out it was mice infested, somebody said, well, how does that happen? How does a house get mice infested? And somebody said, well, it only takes 1. Well, actually, it takes 2 mice. They said it only takes 2 mice.
Hey, so you got to think, man, it go down, man, because that's, dude.
If you got 1, you got 2. Mice run in pairs.
Just like a roach. If you see 1 dead or alive, just better know. And if he's a juicy one that's dead, you better know he got a colony already set up somewhere in your house. Hey, somewhere. The neighbors, your shit, something, but they somewhere. Look out for the cousins and the nephews and nieces because they're everywhere. They got German.
Yeah, and Corio said, whose house? Oh, Corio, this is just a house for rent in our city. And it's in the hood, and it's only 775 square feet. It's 2 bedrooms, one bathroom. People are saying it's mice infested, but the
That's a
landlord want
monopoly house.
$1,100.
That's a
The land.
that's a monopoly. That's one of the monopoly houses. You know how you had the red and the green. Well, yeah, that's a monopoly hunt. 700. I'm not knocking it. Don't get it twisted. Me personally, I could. I mean, I never.
Oh,
No, for me.
I'm knocking the shit out of it. It's 775 square feet. It has two bedrooms and one bathroom.
Not for no
And they
$1,100.
want, hold on, bro, and they want $1,100 a month for it. And people on the post are saying, I know who used to live there who just moved out, and the house is mice infested. Like, how the hell? See,
Report that shit. That'll
I
make
hope
them report
somebody
that shit.
reported because
No, I'm talking about those that they know it's nothing. Man, we tell shit. Folks tell on us at our job every goddamn day, or even in traffic. I don't know why the hell y'all afraid to be telling. Look, man, this right now, unless it's somebody that y'all might know, y'all think no, you not hating nothing. I don't give a damn what skin color it is. If you got some motherfucking bullshit like that, and you knowing that shit is infested, and yet you still talking about, I need 1,100 for that. Man, you preying on the people, man. Fuck you in your pockets, bro, and your doggone me note to the bank. You on some bullshit. Allow somebody else to come up in there and clean that shit up and make it worthwhile. Like, okay, if I'm gonna charge you 1,100 for a 2x1, I'm gonna make sure that joint is not only got no bugs. You gonna have some new paint. You gonna have some new appliances, carpet if you need all that. Everything. Basement gonna be everything is good. If you got a basement, you win it. I know it's in the hood, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna just crack you like that. Hey, you around a bunch of damn. Because if you got mice, you got roaches. Period. And if you got mice and roaches, most likely you're gonna have a bed bug or two. So you got
yeah, and
all
then
three.
somebody else said on the post, this neighborhood is 40th in the hood, $1,100. This is definitely priced too high. They said, is there brand new appliances? Is it a washer and dryer included? They said,
It
shaking
wouldn't
my
matter.
head. That's
It's
third.
the area.
They said, shaking my head. That's $13,200 a year.
Yearly. And if you gotta live there for at least a couple of years, that's a down payment. I know down here in Texas, shit. I'm kicking myself in the ass right now where I'm been shit. That's damn near 40 of them.
It's a two bedroom. It's a two bedroom, Corio. It's a two bedroom, one bathroom.
It's still that 2 bed,
It's
one bath.
still, it's still, it's still
Unless
way overpriced. Way. If you were here and driving through that neighborhood and you saw that house for $1,100, you would be like looking around like, I wish I motherfucking would. But you know what? It's always somebody who will rent property like that because they have no other choice. It's always somebody. They don't have a choice. They either ain't got good credit. And matter of fact, credit these days don't even really matter because a lot of people are not moving. Ever since after the Rona, when landlords started increasing the price on rent, especially if you move out, like the first thing landlords started doing after the Rona, they was as soon as somebody moved out, they was upping the rent. So they were like looking for reasons to put people out their property so they could increase the rent for the next renter. So a lot of times with these days, just I'm just saying in these days and times, you can have good credit and but still a house can just be jacked up so damn go high. And then they want you to make three times the amount of rent. Now I don't know how it is where y'all from, but here if they want $1,100 for rent, that means you got to make three times that before you can even fill out the application. How many people in the hood makes three times $1,100 a month? Shit, how many people who don't live in the hood make that kind of money? Like three times $1,100? That's a lot of money. That's almost 4,000. A lot of people don't make $5,000 a month. And we talking about this little bitty ass motherfucking house in the hood. They want you to make over $3,000 to live in that little bitty ass motherfucking house. They got to be out their motherfucking mind.
and can I add this on, sis? Not to cut you off, real talk. I'm adding on because I want you to keep going
Go
because you
ahead.
always
No,
now
I'm
real
done.
talk
Go ahead.
on the strip. if y'all don't understand, there's a national and see the background checking services and the clearinghouse services notice, and them the ones y'all need to be suing and getting y'all bag from them putting out your personal information, which is financial information, which is really against federal law because you're reporting someone's personal financial transaction. It has nothing to do with credit. A credit worthiness has nothing to do with somebody's financial transaction. But anyway, it's a whole other story. What I was going to say is that these people, when they tell you an app fee, that's an admin fee. There's no such thing as really an admin fee. You know what they didn't figure out over the years? An admin fee. Now you figure out how much they charge, and well, let's see, $25, $35 on up per applicant. So they know that most people have bad credit. Where they know that most of these located, most people, they know that you're not going to get approved, right? So imagine you a couple, and it's a decent place, but you know they application fee is $50 a head. That's $100 a wop, right? Imagine how many couples I can have come through that door on a daily that'll end up most likely getting denied at $100 a pop. And I can do this for a regular. You see what I'm saying?
That's yeah, and I don't like that. I don't like that.
That's the admin fee, though, sis. I'm just talking about.
Yeah.
That's just I know. It's the application. It's the admin. No, it ain't. It's just the fact that y'all want us to pay for the background check.
You know what? You know what, bro? I have a relative who was dealing with that just recently. She's been trying to find somewhere else to live because she don't like her landlord. And every place that she go to, they want $35 to $50 for the application fee. I remember back in the day doing that. Every house that I try to look at is an application fee. So you know what I started doing back in the day, and it worked for me. I looked for the private.
Exactly.
Homeowners, they do not charge you an application fee. They don't care if you got a job, a half a job. They be like, when can you move in? When can you put down a deposit? And that's what I did for years. I went through private landlords.
And I'll tell you this from a secret too. If you really want to find you something, honestly, y'all, whether your credit screwed up, bankruptcy, I don't give a damn what you're dealing with. Find you a realtor that is willing to deal with your situation because why? They have a list and they know because they're in the MLS. Yeah, that's the listing service. That means they pay for that. That means that they know everybody and anybody who rent to who deal with bad credit, who's a slum person, who's a buyer, who can deal with somebody, whether you got a 9 to 5 or minimum wage or 100,000 or a 6-figure dollar job. They know who to put you into contact with. Don't let these doggone bootleg ass services keep charging y'all to get you over there on this money, knowing that you cannot. A corporation is the most strict because they have to go by strict guidelines. So if you really want to live somewhere, that's a nice individual area. You got to understand, if it's a bigger corporation, their guidelines are strict. You're better off finding somebody that, man, I don't know about that. Well, guess what? It ain't where you live, it's how you live.
Oh, trust and believe. That is like I'm a firm believer of that because everywhere I have lived have been in the hood. Every single place my parents lived was in the hood, whether it was from 24th Street to 18th Street to 16th Street to 40th Street to Lothrop Block to everywhere all my life from my parents' home to where I actually lived my own was always in the hood. And I always was a firm believer that it's not where you live, it's how you live.
So if
just because you live in a not so good area, some people might believe, don't necessarily mean that you're a bad person or that you just out there causing trouble or you ain't paying your bills or you ratchet. Like it really, anybody can make a house a home, no matter where it is.
So I can go right now to whether it's North Omaha, South Omaha, East Omaha, West Omaha, the hood, whether it's San Antonio on the east side, the southeast side, the far northwest side, the central side. There's people I know. I mean, real talk. I mean, they to this day you would be like, y'all got it, but why you? Because it's home is home. It ain't where you live. It's how you live.
Yeah, and
Period.
I know a lot of people have asked me like, why you don't move away from the hood? Why
You
you
gotta think
don't
about
move
it though, sis.
by
I
the
mean, you
Omaha?
got
I don't want to move. I like it here. Like I
nothing wrong
love
with
North
that.
Omaha. I
Don't let
love
them
North
talk you out
Omaha.
of that. Fuck that, because I'm gonna tell you this. Imagine somebody paying, let's just say, okay, I'm gonna put this out here for the renters for those that don't really thinking that, you know why, and Sis came up. That's why she came up the way she came up, because it's in the hood, regardless. It's not in the hood, like, yeah, nigga, it's everybody getting their head cracked around the corner every day. It's going down, niggas are hanging out loud music. No, not that part of the hood. But the hood is still the hood. Whether it's closer to the outer edges of the hood or the inner city of the hood.
Yeah, right now I'm on, like on the outer edges. I think
That's
that's
what I'm
what it would be
saying. You on the
called.
outer, but
Yeah,
it's
I'm
still
like on the
the
outer
hood.
edges. Yeah.
Like you can still get your head had if it need be. If
Oh,
somebody,
trust and believe over here where we at. You already know. Shit.
yeah, I mean, you know, if somebody want to catch you and catch you, they gonna chase you. They gonna get down at you. The point
Right.
is that
I don't live in the hoodest part of the city, the hoodest part, but I'm still in the hood. I'm like
well,
just on
guess
the
who's
outskirts.
coming for that land?
Oh, I already know. Shit.
All of those that sit up here and say, "Oh, it's bad. It's bad. The ratings is high." Okay, I'm gonna say this to y'all. A lot of y'all don't even know this. Do y'all not know all it takes is 10 millionaires to move into an inner city or urban area, and they can change up the
Well,
policies?
you know what, bro?
But
You already know they already like a lot of the properties down north, especially 16th and 20th Street,
exactly, now you know
leading
exactly
from
what I'm talking about.
downtown on north, they are a lot of those properties, a lot of people lost their homes, especially during the Rona, and a lot of those properties were bought by richer people. Let me tell you, there's this house, bro, and I don't know the address right off the top of my head, but I can send you the address and you'll know exactly which house I'm talking about. It's on 20th Street. The house is humongous. I'm talking about like 5, 6 floors, like 2, 3 thousand
I'm talking
square
about my
feet.
pops.
Like it's right there by Coons Park. It's over there by
Yeah,
Coons Park.
I
But
know
the
what you're
house
talking
was
about.
in a bad it was in a
And they
bad condition.
renovated it.
And some white guy, child, I remember I went over there. I had to go over to the house. It was business. It was business. I don't tell people what I do on here, but it was business. And I had to go over there. And I walked up to the house and I said, what the fuck? The house was beautiful, and I remembered the house being because my mother stayed on
So
16th
bad.
and Lother Block for a long time, and my dad stays right around the corner right now from this house.
Yeah,
And
that's what I'm
so when I
saying.
went to
It's a
that
good
house,
one.
I haven't seen that house in a long time. And when I walked up to it, when I tell you it is like it sticks out because it's right in the hood and it sticks out like what the hell? Who done bought this shit? I'm thinking it might be a hotel or they might be turning it into a bed and I don't know what the fuck it
Bed
is.
and
And so when
breakfast.
the white guy, yeah, when the white guy came out the house and I started talking to him, I said, "Are you the new owner of this property?" And he was like, "Yeah, we bought it about 8 months ago." And he said, "Do you like want to come in and take a tour?" Hell yeah, I want to take a tour, man. I went inside that house. When I say he gutted the
Yeah, he
entire
did the damn
man,
thing.
that house but what it's going to do to the other properties around there is
Make the
going to
shit
be
go up.
bad because this property, I'm telling you, this property, after he totally finishes, because they still remodeling to this day, because I
Yeah.
just went there like a month and a half ago. And to this day, I'm telling you, that house will probably be priced in the end at probably almost
No,
$400,000, or $500,000.
it's gonna be
And the
more than
other
that. It's
houses,
gonna be at
it's
least
gonna be
six.
a lot. It's gonna be a lot. I'm telling you. I gotta get the address, bro, because I don't know it off the
You
top of
will
my head.
see.
But the
You
houses
will see.
around it is only like 15, 20,
You
25,
will see.
35. And I'm like, this is gonna be troubling for the people. Like,
You will
why
see.
would they come in? And mind you, the
Gentrify.
house is beautiful.
If you niggas
Before,
don't
when
want
the
to do
house was
none of
towed
this
up,
shit,
before when the house was towed up, that house has been there for years in the hood. That house is probably 100 years old, damn near.
Sis, let me tell
And you
you,
know
that's why
who
he
owned
did
that shit back in the day? It was like it was owned by like white people back in the day. You know,
Yeah, slave quarters. You
it's a
talking about the
man.
what?
It's a mansion. It's a mansion.
I know what you're talking. I know exactly because there's only a
You know what
handful
house
of
I'm talking
them
about? Yes.
between. There's
Okay.
only a handful down between. There's just no cap, but
And it's right
between
on 20th.
Pink,
Remember the old D
between
cats? Remember the old D
yeah,
cats?
between Pinckney. This is
Yeah.
what these houses that she's talking about. They're down between Pinckney off of 20th down to 14th, all the way
Yeah.
down to maybe
Like Maple Street.
Locust. Locust.
Let me tell you, Locust, Maple Street, Locust. Yep. So, if you know where the old DCAS was, right on 20th.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like 2 blocks. It's like 2 or 3 blocks north, going towards Coons Park
Yeah, I know
of
exactly what you're
DCAS.
talking about. That's up in there.
Yeah.
Come on, Pop stay on 21st and Word. He stays right.
So we
on-
got a liquor store right down the street, and this motherfucker come in and renovate this house, and it's now worth like $600,000 in the hood.
Real shit.
Like
And
it's
now
crazy.
all it takes is 10. Once again, all it takes is 10 millionaires to move into in a plighted area. Automatically, you know what's going to happen? They're going to go to that what you call it, that neighborhood, all that neighborhood association. You know what they're going to do, and then you're going to start noticing, ooh, they're fixing on the concrete down. They're fixing on the sidewalks down there. Ooh, they're cleaning up this area. They're putting new street lights on. Ooh, the police are down here more. Why do you think that is?
And bro, when I seen the house, I'm like, damn, I ain't been down here. Now, of course, excuse me, of course I've been,
That shit was
through that
immaculate.
area recently. But when I actually I would drive by the house and not really pay attention. You know what I'm saying? And so when I actually stopped and I had to go to the house, I looked up and I was like, I mean, you literally looking up into the sky.
Yeah,
The
you
house
got
is just
to
so
exactly. But
big. And I'm like, and he said, yeah, me and my wife, and it's a white guy, and he has a wife. And he said, yeah, me and my wife, we bought this house, we got it for a good price, and we moved our kids in. And I'm looking at him like, I'm looking around the neighborhood like, what
and
the
he's in the
fuck
middle.
made you move right here? Like, I'm just looking around like, this is like
You
20th
know
over there by
why?
Coons Park. Like,
It's closer to his. I guarantee you,
child,
he's
he
most
gotta
likely
work downtown or somewhere. Yeah.
I guarantee you he's an executive or man. He's somebody that's got to be either in the airport, the downtown, or the Council Tucky area. Because you know a lot of executives over there they build that riverfront. So you got a lot of executives that live, that's
Yeah.
over it because they all of them can't live on Canesville Boulevard because Canesville Boulevard became too pricey
Right.
over in them hills. But over here, right
Man.
here, right down here in the hood where they shoot them up, bang bang, and I can literally like get in my joint and go by 5 minutes away. I'm literally hell, I can get on the goddamn metro and I'm literally downtown less than 5-10 minutes. So
Uh-huh.
imagine my car. Oh yeah, I can just, or I can go to the airport in like about 5 minutes. Oh yeah, let me get. Hey, you know what, Susie? What you want, Richard? I can go get a loan. I don't want to let out there with that. No, but babe, you got to understand. We got these kids that are growing. This is a 5,000 square foot home. It has 4 levels. It has a full size. It has a 1,500 square
Oh, I
foot
found
base.
the address. Hold up, I found the address. Hold up.
You can
Hold
post
up.
it up right here. Post a picture. I guarantee
Hold
I
on,
know.
hold on. Let me just make sure. Let me just make
Guarantee I
sure
know what that is.
it's the right house.
My pops live right there on the corner.
Yes. Okay. I'm about to hold up. I'm about to put it in the back
Oh
chat.
man, lives right there, bro. I'm trying to tell
Hold
you. I
on. And this house is right around the corner from my dad. Matter of fact, the house that my dad lived in, it was turned into an apartments, and it's a mansion too. But it was turned into like 6 apartments.
Then it was old slave quarters.
But that
Folks
house ain't
don't
fixed up like the white folks did this house.
I'm trying to told you.
Okay, so I just put it in the back chat. You see it?
Hold up, let me look.
And if you look it up on Google, you can see how big the house is. I was like,
Hold
They
on,
really
Cole.
doing a lot of work to that house.
I'm
Wow.
sure that they is, girl.
Hey
'Cause
Charlie. Hey Charlie, my
I
white
know, right? Yeah,
chocolate.
yeah. Little mama been in the back. You know, we've been doing what we do. I'm like, hold up, sis, I ain't seen Kim folk yet. Oh, I gotta look this up, man, because this
I
I
see
know
her in
it
the chat,
happened.
bro.
I seen no, I seen. Hold up, man. I got to get that.
He called you kinfolk, Charlie. You know when you cool with my bro, he'll call you kinfolk, even if you ain't kin, okay?
Yeah, you all right with us? You ain't no problem. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You ain't trolling. We do. You know, we the masters of the troll around here. We'll give
But
you the
yeah,
troll.
bro, look it up on Google and
I'm googling. I'm on my
five. Okay,
phone.
it says 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, bro. 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms.
Yeah,
I
that's right
told you
there.
it was about 5,000. Didn't I tell you about 5,000 square feet? It says
Yeah.
5,036 square feet.
$86 a
It was
square foot.
sold, and it was
Yeah,
sold for 275,000 on December 29th. But like I said, they are remodeling it, and I'm telling you, it don't look shit like it used to. So I know when they finish doing everything, it's gonna be around $400,000 or $500,000, easy.
2919. Hold up, man, because you know they always want to get somebody. They got 2019 North 20. I'm like, no, bitch ass niggas.
No,
It's 20.
2919.
Yeah, because I'm looking at. Hold up, I gotta pull
Hold
up
on,
this.
hold up. Matter of fact, hold up, hold up. I'm about to send you this link right here. Hold up, because they got like 30 pictures of the house on there from when it was for
Is
sale.
it on Zillow
So
or who's? I'm just looking because
it's
I'm trying.
on it's on hold up. It's on Redfin. It's on Redfin.
My bad. You got to give me a second. I know my phone been. Telecommunications has been acting real.
I'm putting it in our group chat on Facebook.
She said on the book.
You want me to put it in the group chat or the private
Yeah,
chat?
you good, sister, either or. If I thought I just heard the ding
Okay.
ding. No, you good. I just
They
heard the
said
ding ding. Oh,
you see
I
the
know
house?
exactly what house this is.
Yep.
2919 Florence Boulevard. Look at that, baby. Look at that.
But if you look at the link that I just put in our group chat, you see the remodel that they have done. It is
And they
beautiful. Look
want
at the
it right
inside of
now.
the
It's
house, bro.
estimated 295 to 351.
Right, but they're not even done remodeling it, bro. The link that I just sent you in our
They about
private
to
chat, look,
kill it.
click on it.
Which one?
Excuse me,
I
bless
know.
me.
I did.
Are you
20
looking
talking
at
about the
all the
red.
pictures?
Yeah, I'm
But it's
talking. You
like
talking about the
39.
photo?
No, no, no. The link that I sent you in our private chat is like 39 pictures of the house.
I know. I'm on it. I'm on my phone.
Okay, okay. So you see all 39 of the pics. Look how
Yeah, we
beautiful.
looking now at better homes. Yeah, yeah, I know exactly
Oh
what.
my God.
Oh, damn, they did that.
Yes, bro. That's the house
Wow.
from the hood. That they tricked that bitch out, bro.
Dude.
Look
Oh,
at
that's
it.
childish, bro. Oh,
Man.
that's babe. Look at that shit. That's childish.
That house did not look nothing like that
Yeah, that's some
back in the
better
day when
homes.
we was
That's
growing
some
up.
better homes and garden shit for real, bro.
It's
And I hate when you
beautiful.
know one thing I've been learning too about this telecommunications, y'all. If y'all don't have honestly, if y'all don't have Verizon or really AT&T, all that, you really like getting screwed over. And I hope they listen. But that right there, dude, wow,
Choreo, I'm gonna send you the link to the house, Choreo. It's
whoa, this is what it
beautiful.
do. This is all
But
this, right? Like this,
it's right in the hood, though. It's like all
like
these
about
houses
three spot,
around
like
it
two
are
fireplaces,
not worth that much. And
nowhere
they
near
this
them.
house, they put it right in the it's like it's just it
Yeah,
looks
everybody's
weird
taxes gonna
where
go
it
up.
is already. But then what they did to the inside, when I was walking through that house and that
Man,
man said, "Come on in, would you like a tour?" I was like,
oh yeah, yeah,
whoa.
this is major, man. Them floors that they got, he didn't do nothing but just
Heated
sell them.
floors, man.
No,
I
I'm
mean
talking
that
about the
motherfucker.
original floors,
Oh
the
yeah, the
original
original.
floors,
Yeah,
like in their laundry or their
it still got
bedroom.
the original floors. Yeah.
He just sealed them. He didn't do nothing else but seal them because you can't.
Right.
You can't salvage those. I'm talking about the original marks, scratches, all that. I mean,
Right.
dude, this is history, bro. Wow, that boy got a bird bathtub. Yeah, man, they childish for this, dude. This is
I know.
this is how you live in the hood if you gonna live, and that's the upgrade. That's the upstairs. That's the slave. That's the old slave quarters.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's the kids' room. Of course, little mama like give me the upstairs. Yeah, this is like this is the attic. This is the third floor attic, and that got space.
Yep.
Backyard. I'm looking at you.
They really tricked out. They
They
tricked
tricked that
out
out, man.
that motherfucker.
They tricked that out.
It's so
Wow.
beautiful. And I'm telling you, when I went down there for work, I didn't even realize where I was going. I put the address in my little GPS.
Wow.
And when I got there, I said, "Oh, I know this house. My dad is right around the corner." Because I'm driving. I'm like, "Oh, this sound like the house might be in my dad's neighborhood." So when I got there to the house, I was like, whoa. And like remember it had a whole bunch of bushes and trees
That shit was
around
fucked
it
up.
before. It was raggedy and they tore all that out. And I was like, whoa, like
That's right
they
around
did
the
a
corner from
great
my pops.
job.
My pops is on Word Street. Locust is literally around the corner from work. That's that one. I
Yep.
know exactly what house that is. I know exactly.
Yep.
That is literally the house around the corner. Whoa. They did it like
Yeah.
that?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I walked in there. I didn't want to leave. I was just looking around in amazement. I was like, I didn't see a house remodel, and then I saw this shit, and I'm like,
Man, dude, that's
wow.
ridiculous. Like I said, I'm in the wrong
And the
damn. I'm
white
in the
guy
wrong
was like,
industry.
the white guy was like real preppy. I mean, it ain't even like the hood kind of white guy you would see in the hood. This is like some executive type of shit going on. And I'm looking at him like, do you really understand where the fuck you done just moved into? Like, you didn't like, do you
He know.
understand where you live?
He
Like,
know.
we got Chubbs right down the street.
Look,
We
he
got
know.
like
Well, the Arabs on them now, so you ain't got to worry about that no
I'm
more.
like, I'm just saying, not necessarily the store, but the area. Okay, like I'm like, you
Well, it's
right down the
still
street from
the hood,
Chubb.
I mean, but you got to think though, sis. I mean, they got really is they clearing it all up, regardless of how much of a dunker we may add.
And that's the thing. Yeah, that's the
They
thing.
clearing
They
that
are
shit up,
tearing
man.
up.
They clearing that shit
They
up.
tearing up and clearing up, and they trying to get a lot of us out the motherfucking hood, and they trying to
They
move a
want to
lot
put,
of
they
other
want to put y'all,
people. Yeah,
they
they
want to
trying
put
to
y'all in
move a lot of
overpriced
people in.
landfill.
Right. And literally is making like the value of that house alone, but all the property around there, the value of that house alone is going to like increase. Like I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's gonna be like Julio and
But
Move.
I'm about to send Corio and Charlie the link because I'm like y'all got to see this house. Like y'all, if y'all look at this house, y'all be like, ain't no way this house is in the hood. No way. This house is in the hood. No way. No way. And if you drive through the neighborhood, I'm telling you, the house is like you just drive through the neighborhood and then you just all of a sudden look up into the
That's
sky
the
like, what the fuck is this doing here?
right there. That's the hood. That's the homies down there. That's the bottoms.
Yeah, that's flatland. That's the bottom. Yeah.
That's the bottoms filled with a Z. If niggas don't know,
Yeah.
they know it ain't the bottoms with an S. That's a Z. And they from the red flag side, but they
Yep,
that's the
all the
bottom.
bloods. Yep.
That's the bottom. Boys
That's
know.
blood. That's blood nation down there.
Boys know. And that shit stretch. But for that to be stretched out like that, that's suave. That's some badass shit. That's some Bemis Park area shit, like over there off of Cumming Street by Teg High. You know all them
Yeah,
nice
off
big
of
ass
40th.
old, all them old Gold Coast mansions, them old Jewish Gold Coast mansions.
Yeah, over there
Yeah.
off of Cummings, where all those mansions are.
A
Yeah.
lot of them people were transplanted from the Chicago area. Gold Coast come from the Chicago,
And a
New
lot of those
York,
people who own those
Chicago.
houses, a lot of the people who own those houses was real estate investors. They was coming here to build.
You see what I'm saying? So a lot of them, that's some of them houses, the way they have, like up in the Shire and the, them brownstones over there in the Gold Coast area, over there in the Dushan Academy area, and all that shit. Yeah, that's old Jewish money, right? That's
Charlie
big.
said you making her laugh.
Y'all think
Charlie,
I'm
he
playing?
always making us laugh. Charlie.
Y'all think I'll be playing, man? I don't discriminate. I don't hate. All I got time to do is congratulate. Yeah, we all dust and bones, man. We got to figure it out one day. ET phone home.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we all dust and bones.
We all
Like
just here for the time
seriously.
that we supposed to be here, and we supposed to do what we supposed to do. So what you do is what you do. Why you do what you do? Because if you want as many people to remember what you did is what you did for good. Because when you do good, you never have to worry about it. So as long as somebody got your name in their mouth, you'll live forever. And that's real. That's science. That ain't even high
Mm-hmm.
science. You'll live forever. As long as you do good, the more good and the righteous that you do, the more people that you affect. One good will
Uh-huh.
outweigh 10 bads any day. That's
Yep.
law. One good. I mean, but it has to be sincere. They can't be all well. Because I don't went over here and rob 10 folks, and killed a couple in the meantime. I got to go over here and hand out some turkeys, help out old Miss Susie. I know Sheila over there broken. I might go pay for her grass to get cut a couple months straight. No. It's gonna take more than that, little Cleveland. It's gonna take way more than that. So man, I'm tripping off of this shit. No
Oh,
back
they
home.
talking about your name. They talking about your name. That's what they talking about. They said you got them cracking up with your name, Bishop Cleophas Joseph Joe Jackson Johnson.
Oh, y'all like the name? Yeah, that's Cleophas. Yeah, Joseph Joe Jackson Johnson Jr. Jr. Shit, it go down. Y'all know how Joseph Joe Jackson. Y'all know how Uncle Joe was. Uncle Joe wasn't playing.
Corio said his name be a mess. Yes, it
Shit,
do.
y'all know what it is, man. Hey, Joseph Joe Jackson. You gotta know when you got a Jackson and a Johnson and there's some juniors in there. Oh, it's going down. Just a Jackson and a Johnson alone in the room. There's some trouble about to go. It's somebody roguish. Somebody something. It's something. It's either penitentiary or it's penitentiaries or it's something is just not adding. It's a Johnson and a Jackson.
He said paint a tangerine.
Penitentiary.
Paint a tank.
Yeah, it ain't the pen, it's the penitentiary. And my nana used to say it's the penitentiary, boy. Your daddy was, I remember when he was in the penitentiary.
You don't want to go to the penitentiary.
Yeah, you don't go to the penitentiary. Yeah, the penitentiary, that penitentiary, that means that you're going to be sitting it down for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's going down for real. Yeah. Shit. Like 4 flats off the Cadillac. They ain't got to be on the lag. They can be off of it. I don't know what it is.
Hey, Corio, I just sent you the link. Corio. I'm about to send it to
You know what? You know what? And I'm so proud. I'm so proud of TT. She did a sophisticated cussing session before the holidays. I think she just had to get that off of her chest because that was a mean. That was like our other sister. What's her A View? Yeah, that reminded me of that. Ooh, I would love to see them two get a cut. Yeah, I know they can drag. Ooh, actually, all three, and I know it's gonna happen. But Deanna and Corio and our sister View that I'm talking about, they gonna get on somebody's ass, and y'all know what that's gonna be. That's gonna shut the beef sector down because that's a drag. That's a mega ass cussing dragon session. Because you
Charlie,
got
did you
one,
get my message?
you know what I'm saying? You got one that's gonna be drawing. You got one that's an artist that's gonna be drawing while she cussing you. Then you're gonna have another sister that's gonna be in the background that's just gonna be just giving you the business. She gonna give you articulate cussing. And then you're gonna have the one that's gonna give you a good old country ass lashing. You ain't gonna know what to do with yourself. Because you're gonna be
Okay,
everything.
Charlie.
You know what I'm saying?
Charlie, I need you to look it through the pictures, Charlie. Look through the pictures, Charlie. It's like 39 pictures. Now look at that damn house and tell me, would you have thought that motherfucker was right in the middle of the hood? Tell me. I sent it to Corio too.
Come on, still talking about ain't talking about who cussing who out. You know what I'm talking about. Don't be trying to play like you Shane.
Bro always cussing somebody out.
I don't cuss nobody out. My shoulders just get warm. I just feel like cussing.
Whatever.
Shit, it go there. You know what I'm talking about? For real, that's
Child, you will cuss
yeah.
out. What you say about you was talking about the queen, her damn neck cobblestone boots pointing
Hey,
up
them
to the
cobblestone
ceiling.
boots on with her dusty ass. I mean, rest their soul. You know, they always talk about God save the queen, God bless her. That's how they talk. Yeah, them British, you know, them Brits. Yeah. God bless the queen, God save her. God. She got her cobblestones. Her and her brother husband. My bad, did I say that? Or her brother cousin husband. Her cousin brother
husband. Well, you know they all inbred.
They see you ought to be. I didn't say it.
That's what they say
It
about
ain't
the
that what
people over
they
there,
say.
and about the queens and the kings and the
They
fifths and
are.
the
They
fourth.
always
They
did.
say, see, bro, see, sis said it too. That's what I heard, that they all inbred.
I was wondering how
Just
that man
because
was
you
in.
seven
No,
generations down the line does not mean you not fucking
I
related.
was
You
trying to
still
figure
related.
out how a man in his 90s still had.
Then you wonder why your kids look like got
I was trying to
extra
figure out
hooves.
how that man in his 90s still had STDs and UTIs. I was just trying to figure that out.
Oh, what?
Well, I was just trying to figure it out. Oh yeah, that man had chronic. He had chronic kidney stones and UTIs and STDs. Yeah, shit. And
Oh my God. He
old
had
Prince was over there. He
STDs.
was over there stroking. He was over there, Uncle Clarence. That's
Well,
what he was
yeah, when you
doing.
sticking your dick in every
Yeah,
damn thing,
he's the
chamber
Prince.
maiden,
Uh,
He said, yeah, he got to get it off. He didn't want the cook daughter. He wanted the old chain maiden. He wanted the old woman that was about 67. Like, I want some of that old coot. That's what I want. I'm 90. I got to get that old young coot. She young to me. I don't want them ones
Charlie
that
said, Charlie looked at the picture of the house I sent her. She said that looked like some rich people's chat. I'm telling you that when I walked in there
but
and
that's in the hood. That's still good.
I had my little briefcase and I had my little paperwork
That's
and I
still
walked up in that motherfucker
good.
and the guy, it was funny because the white guy who lived there with his wife, he came downstairs with some shorts on, some Nikes, looking all cool, stuff. But I could tell this motherfucker got money. I could tell he got money.
Like on
And
the
I was
corner.
like, when did you live here? I said, I couldn't help, but I was so intrusive. I was like, hold the fuck up. How long you been here?
Definitely got
Why'd
to
you
come
move
back.
here? Why'd you pick this house?
Yeah.
Why'd you pick this neighborhood? I didn't call it hood to him, the white guy. I was like, why you chose this neighborhood? How long y'all been here? Are you flipping the house? I even asked, are you flipping the house or are you actually going to live here? He said, oh, we're going to live here.
You
And
damn
I
right he
was
gonna live
like,
there.
wow.
Because you know what? The amount of money that his bank gave him, he already had probably most of that, but they financed his dream. Like, hey, I can pay that off. So by the time my kids get, college age, I'll be done with it. You know what? This neighborhood will be once great. It'll be, as y'all was hating on Uncle Donald John, but America will be great again. That's the way
You
he's
know
looking at it.
what? Charlie and Corio, I sent y'all the link to the house. If y'all just use the mapper thing and just push the arrows and
Just
go through
scroll
the
through it. Yeah,
neighborhood,
that's hey,
you can see all the other properties,
but then go on
in the
Zillow and look
neighborhood.
at some of them properties. You'll be like,
And
okay.
look at Zillow and you'll see like,
That neighborhood, though,
wow.
that's the hood, man. Like that's like Sue Woo for real down there, bro. That's them boys. That whole section of that city.
Yeah.
So it's like for them to and I mean, when I said that's literally around the corner. Well, shit. So I guess both of our pops is right around the corner. My pops is on work.
But see, the thing is, bro, when you live or you from the hood and like you see a property for sale, like you know what you getting into if you move in a certain area. when they come from these people who are not from the area and they come here and they revitalize or they revamp or remodel a home and then end up moving in, it's like they have no idea.
That
And
house was dilapidated,
I'm
man.
not saying that something would happen to them. I'm not saying nothing like that. But a lot of
No, they
people
good.
don't realize, yeah, they could be cool and everything. But a lot of people just don't realize like what could possibly be surrounding them. And
That was
it's not like I'm saying, oh my God, don't move there. You might not live to see the next day. I'm not saying that, but it's like it's you like right in the motherfucking like right in the hood. Like
that's
you like
that was
right there.
plus that was a dilapidated house. I remember that house
It was
had broken
raggedy.
windows. It was fucked up.
Raggedy,
You
broken
know
windows,
what?
everything.
I remember even when I remember when they were actually when we came back home, was it 20? I remember they was fixing on that house then in 2020 when we came back home for mom's surgery thing. And we was driving down there on the on the boulevard then because that's when we had the rentals. Real talk. That's no cap. And that's funny because now, yeah, for that to be on better, man, that's badass. That means they took their time and actually made, we're gonna tuck and point the fireplace. That stuff is not easy, man. For you to live while you're doing a renovation, that's not an easy task, especially if you got kids.
Yeah, Corio said the staircase is everything. Corio, I'm telling you, when I walked in there, I was amazed, and then I walked
That's
back outside. Like,
man.
you know how you walk, you know how you go somewhere and you feel like you like just in a whole nother world, and then I walked back out the house to my car, and I was like, okay,
That's some
this just
good
don't
shit,
even.
man.
It don't even
That's
sit.
straight.
It don't even sit well in my mind. Like, did I really just walk into this motherfucker? Did it really look that good? And then I walk back outside and I'm looking around at the other properties and I'm like, this could
Yeah,
be a
it
good thing
is.
for the neighborhood, but this could also be a bad thing for the neighborhood.
Oh, it's gonna
But
offset. It's gonna
it
offset.
might offset, right? It might offset. And
It's gonna
sometimes
ain't no
when
way.
like it's like this. Like if you move into a neighborhood and nobody ever keeps up with their lawn, and then all of a sudden somebody moves in and they got people, they hiring people, they got the garden going on, the flowers and the roses, and
Mhm.
sometimes that could intimidate other people, and they be like, well, shit, let me do something to my lawn. I don't want them to have the best lawn on the block, let me do. So it might, motivate some of the other people in the area to do
That
more.
is
Yeah, I'm just,
we
I'm just.
that land has been premium gold ever since. I'm talking about ever since
Hmm.
they did the flight migration when black
Hmm.
folks started moving over north. This is historical shit. They know that. And now when I say they, I'm talking about those that rent it because we got some of us that look like us, that don't like us, that are in power and position. So don't get it fucked up. This is a us against them, man, that you got either you have or you have not. So when you look at when I was down here, it was quiet and peaceful. But when I had to go to school and college, it got rough, gangs and infiltration and prostitution. You don't see nobody down there shaking their ass around there down there no more. They got 16 still blocked off over there digging up the street because they renovate all that shit. Because everybody on the planet knows that's the transcontinental Mississippi, the trans exposition, the transcontinental exposition thing that happened way, way, way back in the day. They know that area is prime premium. Why you think they're building up over there by the airport? Why you think they're making the stores express and all that connected where you can go on over to Council Kentucky and even
Man.
they the views. Look up over there off of by the old projects, the pleasant views in the tops. Look what they
Oh,
put up
looking
over
where you
there.
can see Council Bluff, where you can see Council Bluffs over the
You know what I'm
river. Uh
saying?
huh. Yep. Oh,
Most
remember
people
Snake
understand
Hill?
the history of that.
Remember Snake Hill? You can literally stay all the way to Council
Belvedere,
Bluffs on
all
Snake
that.
Hill.
That's
Yeah,
sus.
yeah.
Even where my mama and them is at, right there. Mama's what was that? She on what? 51st and Hartman. You can still see the hills of Council Bluffs just off of the Hartman area over certain
Yeah,
areas over here.
yeah.
Mama's on the corner. They
Right.
when you get BlackRock and all them, there's three people that has control the world. BlackRock, Vanguard Investments, and I think it's the other one. I can't remember. Safe. say something safeguard out there. Something one of them, any one of them, it'll come to me. But there's three major corporations that are controlling the world because they own the most real estate and property around the planet. And if you ever get a call from them people, especially BlackRock, they're the biggest landowners. They're coming. You either want to gentrify, you either want to public domain, or you just want to sell it outright. Or if they want it, they're going to get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like,
well, you know what? I'm up here looking at these pictures, and it looks like the master bedroom has a skylight. And man, I'm gonna have to go back to this house. I'll just knock on the door. Can I see your house again? But like the staircase, I mean the skylight, the staircase, look at the stainless glass windows. Like, did y'all see the stainless glass windows? Like,
so, and those were replaced because I guarantee you, because it's not, you can't really there's not to have lead. Those were retro because those the original stainless steel, those windows, stained glass, those were lead based. But I guarantee they most likely had them redone.
Well, the house was, remember I said the house was over 100 years old? It was literally built in 1909. I was right.
Oils. I bet you they had.
I didn't even look at the date. But because of my real estate history, I knew because of my real estate history, I just knew from looking at the property and just knowing the area and living here that it was over 100 years old. But it's 2000. It's 2023 now. So basically, if the house was built in 1909, then basically, the house is like 114 years old. Yeah. Yeah, and you can't tell looking at the inside. You cannot, even on the outside, you can't tell the house is 114 years old. That's why when I walked in the motherfucker, I'm like, I've been in North Old all my life, and this house never looked this good. Never. So I don't even know how we got on this topic. I think we was talking about rent being too high in certain areas or something like that. But
my bad. You know,
go ahead. Yeah, the furniture. Oh, Corio. Can I say something real quick, Corio? Without y'all gossiping or judging me? Corio and Charlie, can I say something real quick? I don't want this to get outside of this space, okay? It's only like a few people in here. It's only a few people in here watching right now, okay? So I'm gonna say this real quick, Corio and Charlie. Y'all already know what I'm gonna say. Let me first of all, I want y'all to guess what I'm about to say. I'm gonna give y'all 10 seconds to guess what I might be about to say. Based off of y'all last few comments, can y'all guess what I was about to say or what I'm about to say? I'm gonna give y'all 10 seconds.
Man, childish.
Y'all gonna be mad if y'all don't get it because y'all gonna be like, "Oh damn, we could have guessed that."
She giggled.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6. No. 5. Oh, y'all don't get it. It reminds me of the inside of Jay Wilson's house.
Oh, look, see, you know what? I'm done.
I told y'all gonna be like, damn, we should have thought about that. As soon as Corio said the French tropical furnishing, that's what it made me think of.
Past the house.
Because a lot of the property in Jay Wilson's house, a lot of the furniture in Jay Wilson's big ass house reminds me of the furniture in this house. See, I knew y'all was gonna be like, yes. Look at them in the chat. They like, yes.
They childish because I know. See, you know what? Y'all know that man ain't got nothing nowhere near over there. What that man got up in that French provincials.
Look, Pastor Jay Wilson, he got this big ass house down in Texas that he lives in all by himself. He got like 4, 5, 11 bathrooms, 4, 5, 11 bedrooms. He didn't rent it out for Airbnbs and everything. That child.
If that man is in the Tone City in a 4, 5 plus bed, is he talking about Terrell East or which other than that or Almost Park? I know he ain't over there. He can't be.
I don't know exactly. I know they done posted his. He done been doxxed. He done been doxxed so many times for everybody.
And I'm talking about
He
they're in
didn't.
the hood.
I didn't say he had a half minute. He got a nice house, and he has been doxxed so many times, so everybody knows his address. Everybody knows what the house looked like on the inside, outside, backyard, front yard. So he been doxxed a lot of times, and he got a big ass, humongous house. It's really nice, but a lot of his
Also, you got
furniture
a
looks
hotel
like it
that
could
you pay.
be. A lot of his furniture look like it could be in a fucking hotel. So when you
You
walk in his house, it looks like you might be in a fucking hotel. That's what it
know
looks
what?
like.
Hey, you get that hotel furniture, especially if they go doing renovation and they updating, and somebody wants to be part of the Hyatt or the Marriott brand. All they got to get rid of all that. Yeah, they. I mean,
Well,
you
he
think
did
about it.
say a lot of his shit. He did say a lot of his shit he got from like yard sales,
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, especially
consignments,
while I'm there, man. But she probably went over
yeah,
there.
he got a lot of his stuff as second hand. So, but his house, I do love his house. I like the landing at the top, how you look down over the living room, dining room. I do like his house. I ain't gonna say that. Now the furniture, I ain't really into the furniture that he got, and maybe the chandeliers could be switched out and different things like that. But overall, I think he do have a nice house. But
Oh,
yeah,
I went
his
down.
this house that we looking at today, the furniture reminds me of Jay Wilson's house. That's yeah.
That free.
But
See,
yeah,
some
it
of
is
them,
it is
man.
really nice. Mhm. Child, no, no, Charlie, I'm telling you, I love the big mansions and the big houses and all the open floors. And like, I love looking at that type of shit. I
Yep.
was in real estate for a long time. So trust me, I love a big ass house. But for me personally, I don't like to clean like that. Okay. Now, I ain't never lived in a dirty house. From the time I was born to the time I got my own shit. My shit always clean. Always. I
Make
got wood floors. My wood floors be dusted and clean and shit all the time. But I like to have a not a big house, not a small house, but somewhere in between. Because of the fact that I got so much going on, I don't have a lot of hours to put towards cleaning every floor, every bathroom, every like so
I'm
even when I
working on.
moved here, even when I bought the house that I bought, my realtor and the bank was like, "Well, you can get up to this amount. You can get, you got like you can get up to this amount." I said, "No, I don't want to go up to that amount. I want to go up to this, and I want my house to be yay big and yay small and yay wide, and you know what I'm saying? Because after a while, it's just gonna be me. I might have grandkids over here spending the night in the future or whatnot, but mainly after my last son leaves, it's just me, and I don't want no big ass house to try to keep clean all by myself. So yeah, every time I moved, I always thought about the size of the house and how much you gotta clean. Especially when I was my kids was younger and they played sports all year round. And we would pick like Saturday or Sunday to clean. Okay, y'all, we got like an hour and a half to clean this house. You know what I'm saying? So I took that in consideration too. Once my kids got older and once I, was going to be, most likely going to be on my own sooner or later. So yeah, I don't need no big ass
Yeah,
house that I need to
I
clean
need.
every floor and every nope, nope. I'm cool with my ranch house. I'm cool with my ranch style house. Yeah, for
I
real.
like only thing only difference now something like that honestly, and I know I got that kind of money to renovate the way I did it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna have to put a little self service, a little elevator up in there because I know if I'm going to get old in that house, and I know that I cherish that home, and it's gonna be for my grandkids. It's something to pass down. Yeah, I may want to, but no. When it comes to a certain part of life where I want to keep it ranch, I like ranch style joints. It just depends. If you gonna give me some ranch, I need some land. I don't want no ranch on a parking lot style lot. No, hell no.
Exactly.
You gonna give
Exactly.
me a ranch? No, I need some room. That means I don't need my neighbors. I don't want. I don't want to look at my. I don't want to talk to y'all like that. Meaning that y'all might have to be a
But
quarter
if you're
mile.
talking about Omaha, if you're talking about
Well,
Omaha,
it
all the
is here,
ranch style
really. Whether
houses,
it's an
it's
Omaha
like
or whether it's
the ranch style houses here in Omaha is just as much land as a regular house. So
yeah, I
you got a
no,
good
I
about a
see more
good
out of the
eight,
country.
10 feet between each house before you get to the next house. But me, I have a corner lot. So I have a lot of it ain't like no acres or no bullshit like that. And I don't want no acres. I don't want a whole bunch of land. I ain't out there about to till no land and grow gardens and all that kind of bullshit.
It's okay.
I just need me a little house. I need me on a little property and I'm good. But most ranch style houses in the city, they don't have a whole bunch of land. Like you got like a regular sized lot. Like
I
most
mean,
people
so
I
I
know here
can
in
ask
Omaha live in a rent. My godmom got a ranch style house. I got cousins and friends who live in a ranch style house, and it's like your neighbor is
I
right
need
there
some
next door.
goats.
Like you know what I'm saying? When you talk about ranch style house, you act like you talking about an actual ranch,
Yeah, I
like
want.
a
Yeah, I want
ranch.
some goats. I want
Yeah,
some
yeah. So
donkeys.
you talking
I
about like
want
a
some
farm or
chickens.
something like I ain't talking about
What
a
a farm
ranch. We talking
or
about a
ranch?
ranch style. We talking about a ranch style house, not a ranch, bro.
She said her old house is a
No,
10 acre
a
quarter lot.
ranch
Good.
style
Good.
house. A ranch style house is totally different
See,
from
see,
a
what sister
ranch.
Charlie talking about, sis? You see what I'm talking about, sis? She's talking about I live on 11 acres and
Yeah,
got
Charlie said
4
I live on
bedrooms
11 acres.
and we stretched
Right,
out.
but you can have
That is
any
living.
but you can have any type of house on that. It can be a ranch size house, it could be a
Oh
mansion,
yeah.
it
Oh
can be
yeah.
nice land, it can be nice landing on that bitch.
But even on 10 acres though, I'll have a ranch style and the
Nah, I don't
Victorian
need all them
style.
acres. What I'm gonna do with all them acres? I don't need all
Oh,
them
you
acres.
sis, you'll be surprised at what you can do on 10
What
acres.
am I gonna do with all them? What I'm gonna do with 10 acres of land, bro?
Think about you can put you a nice little outbuilding for you to have decorate your cake. You can have a commercial kitchen where you can put a steel building. It ain't gotta be big, big, big. It could be something like a 1500 square foot building where you guys nothing but a kitchen with all your
Okay,
stuff
but
on.
I don't need 10 acres to do that. I
You'll
just
be
need a
you'll be
little bit
surprised
of
to see
land to do something
but
like
I
that.
got you. I got no issue.
Yeah, I mean, some people have big dreams where they need a lot of acres,
I need some acres.
and actually, a lot of people who own acres of land, they don't even build on all that shit. It's all about the property land value of what you can do with it when you're ready to get rid of it.
Or when you want to put something, most of the mobile down here, the only difference down here in Texas is that you pay taxes on as many. So if you got
Oh
one
yeah,
building,
you're gonna pay taxes on all that shit. Yeah.
but if you got a bunch, if you got a hand, whether it's a shed or an outbuilding, and me personally, yeah, I want my own wonderland so my grandkids and my great grandkids and my great great grandkids ain't never got to worry about what damn if I don't have somewhere to stay. Or damn, Papa had 10, 20 acres shit. Well, yeah, we got a
Yeah,
couple
them
towers.
motherfucking kids don't. You can leave land to kids and shit, and you die. As soon as you die, they fuck around, turn around, try to sell that bullshit.
They ain't
So
gonna be
that's
able to
one
sell it worth
thing.
five
That's
more
one
acres.
thing I've never. That's that one thing I always thought about, but it don't mean that they're gonna take care of the shit. The one thing I have learned over the years, just seeing family members who left property to children, like the shit going into foreclosure, the shit being sold, motherfuckers just let anybody live in the shit and tear the shit down. Like that's one thing. When I started buying my property, I said I ain't leaving shit. When this shit go, when I go to heaven or wherever the fuck I'm going on the other side, y'all gonna split the money from the proceeds and do whatever the fuck you want. I'm not leaving no property because kids, they ain't gonna always do your shit like you would do your shit.
But
So that's why
if
I ain't
you look
worried
at
about leaving no acres. I ain't worried about leaving no land. I ain't worried about none of that bullshit to
if
no
you look
kids.
at the rich though, like the super or whatever, I ain't gonna say the super, but if you look at it though, those that have like generational wealth, it's not the kids can't sell shit because it's set up in a trust. And it's nothing. The only thing they can do is just utilize it, and then once they're done, guess what? It goes on to the next. That's how a lot of
And
family.
they can utilize it and fuck that shit up.
But when you have a
Now when it
trust,
comes to generational wealth, I can see if there are people who already have generational wealth, like back centuries and centuries, and it's just a common thing for the children to live on the property and all that type of shit. But if you don't have that generational wealth already in your history or in your past, and you just want to leave some shit to your kids, you don't never know if they're gonna take care of the shit or not. Like you
Be
just don't know.
surprised.
And
Be
I
surprised.
would rather leave you some money from life insurance or whatever, and you just get your own shit.
They all
Like
ran that shit out. Well, you raise them.
just
Well,
because
you
you
raise
leave
them right.
property to just because you leave property to a child don't mean that they gonna take care of it. It really don't. Like some kids don't even want to. Some kids be ready to move and do their own thing when you ain't even close to dying, and then you want to tell them, "Oh, I'm leaving this property for you. I'm leaving these acres for you. I'm leaving." So most kids nowadays they don't even they trying to move. They trying to go do their own thing. But you know, a lot of families do. They have that instilled in their children. This your grandpa shit. This was my shit. This your auntie shit. Now this your shit. Take care of it. But
It's
that's
more.
totally different from just
Yeah, that's the only
you
thing I
being a
want to
first
do.
you being a first time homeowner and you saying I'm leaving all this shit to my children. Like they might
I
not
have,
want
I
it.
have my shit in the trust. I don't even really want to be the first time homeowner. I need some land that I can dig on, and so just in case when the grocery stores do go up under, which folks think that the grocery stores is going to be around forever, which they will not if y'all not paying attention. But nevertheless, I didn't want a little piece. I don't want hell a parking lot. Some I need to
But
be
even
able
if
to.
you leave a trust to your children and they don't really want to be
No, the
like
trust is
you can leave
the trust is
you can leave some property in a trust and it's literally for like your children, your grandchildren and things like that. But if they don't want the property, then what happens? Like it's just be
well, and that
sitting
trust. I
there.
mean, you got to also put it to where nobody certain trusts were not going to allow. Once again, how you think the Vatican and all these people and the Rothschild, all these people they
Well, that's what I'm
passed
saying.
off.
But if nobody wants it, then
They
it's
don't
just
have to
sitting
know that.
there.
That was not. No one man is bigger than the plan. At the end of the day, there is not one individual bigger than the end game or the plan. So it's something that when you pass down generations, think about it. Think about how strong or a person or how far they can get in life if they ain't got to worry about rent. If they don't have to worry, it's not about what they're going to do or what the potential of what they're going to do. It's the fact that how they're raised. So if you raise it right, and they'll see that, well, you know what? I seen Pawpaw. I see like my grandkids. I use my grandkids for existence. They can say, well, damn. When I was younger, I remember seeing Pawpaw and Grandma. They struggled a little bit, but they got it to where it's at. I want to kind of keep it like that for my kids because guess what? I was able to come up and being if I didn't have nowhere to, I was always good because Papa and them had me a spot, or it was always a land or a piece of me on this property to where I ain't got to worry about if I'm gonna get evicted. I ain't got to worry about this. If I gotta come home, I gotta recuperate. It's everything is there. If I want to guard, if I want to eat, food is there. If I
It
want to
sounds
buy,
good. That sounds real good. But from what I have seen with people who've actually left shit to their children, like kids will fuck your shit up. You will leave a badass house, a nice ass property to your kids, and they will let that
I
shit just
don't know.
run
That's
the
too
fuck
bad.
down.
Somebody
Like,
gets
I
some
mean,
hope.
it happens though. It's the same thing as if you let somebody move. Like some people, I didn't heard some people say, "I want to move out of town." I say, "Well, won't you leave your land or your property and rent it out, or Airbnb it, or something like that?" Or most people know that even if you let people move in your shit, they don't treat your shit like you would treat your shit. So yeah, you could leave property to your kids and hope that they'll take care of it and do the upkeep and all that kind of shit. Or you could just be like, hey, I'm selling this shit because I mean it ain't really our responsibility to leave land to our kids. We ain't really got to leave shit to our kids. I mean if you really want to think about it, well, the one thing that we do or should leave for our kids is to make sure all our bills are taken care of, our funeral expenses are taken care of, so that they won't be left in debt. Now, that's one thing I believe that we should leave for our kids to make sure they're not left in debt. They out here selling no catfish dinners, no chicken dinners, selling everything in their house. raising money to bury your black ass. You know, which we see a lot in our community. But if you want to leave property to your kids, go ahead. But hey, you don't never know what's gonna happen to your property once you dead. And once you dead, does it really matter? I mean, you're dead, so it's like, whatever.
I mean,
like whatever.
that's the key. Is we really did? Because energy don't die, but that's a whole nother story. But nevertheless,
But I mean, I'm just saying, some people will take care of your shit. Some people can leave some shit behind in their
oh yeah,
family. They will take care of it. They will keep the upkeep. They will do this. But you're not always certain that will happen. And me personally, I ain't trying to leave shit. Like, okay, here's my life insurance. You get this, you get that. Buy your own shit. Like I'm not trying to leave no property and all that shit behind. And I don't know if my kids will be able to take care of it, or even if they want to live in it. Like most people who leave property to their kids, them kids don't even want to live in that shit. They don't, like, I don't want to stay in that house. I want me a better house, or I want me. So I think that's kind of unfair in a way also, to leave all kind of shit to your kids, and it's like their responsibility now. Like they might not even want that. They
well,
might
yeah,
prefer
that's
just
true.
money. They might prefer just life insurance money. I go buy my
Honestly,
own shit.
says I only thing I don't like is the fact that's just from my experience is the fact that and I love my hometown and where I was born the whole nine. But I swear I wish my grandma, my nana, and them would have never sold what they sold when they had it. Because most likely, no,
Right.
it's guaranteed I would have been. Because you got to understand, the Mid South was where the St. Louis, all Mid South was the St. Louis, Memphis area. That's going on down to the SIP, Arkansas, Louisiana. Point is the fact that having land, because
And
the,
you're
the,
right. I understand the land part, but like for example, my grandma, the house that she owned, it has memories, but I would never want to live in it. It's not even like the right setup for me. It's not the right style. Not that it's a raggedy ass house, but it's like, the way the house is set up, like I wouldn't even keep it. So that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes people be wanting to leave property and shit to their children, and they don't even want the fucking house. Like I might rent it out. I might Airbnb that bitch, but I definitely won't be living in it. You know what I'm saying?
well,
Like,
no doubt. I mean, but it's also an inspiration too, because like where we at right down here, where I was shocked because, and then come to find out, they are one of the only uh, minority trucking firms that's been around since 1973. They actually got their own little private road, land, all that. It's coming to find out, yeah, they at one time they had over hundreds of acres, but now they're down to maybe a couple hundred, maybe 200-300 acres. But it's a trucking family. JB Trucking down here in Bryan, Texas. No doubt. And this is real. I mean, when we did a delivery to them people, and just for me to end up working with one of the sons or AKA grandsons of the original property owner peoples, I was shocked because the only reason I'm saying is because what you just referred to what you just said. If you looked at it at the beginning, when you pull into the property, you'd be like, okay, that's a nice, ranch style limestone home, but it looked abandoned, but it wasn't abandoned. Those were the founders. That was the great, that was Paul and Gamma. That was their shit. But the son and the other ones, they got their little shops over here on the other side. And you go on down the little road thing. I mean, this is on the same property. Then the ones that ran the family enterprise, they were in the nicer homes and all that. And then they had it gated off, but then on the other side of the road that you keep going, that was more family that had their parks, all that other stuff. So I was like, damn. And as the brother had told me, one of the ones that was in my generation, he said, look, man, he said, we've been on this property. He said, actually, he said, it didn't start in 1973. He said, my grandfather started the trucking company. He said, well, before that, my great-grandfather, they worked for that land. Like, they literally earned that land by tilling and mining that land. So over the years, the only reason they had lost property was because of the growth of the city. You know how they want to annex or we need to put a road over here or put a road through here or do stuff like that. So to
Yeah,
me,
get annexed and all that stuff. Yeah.
so to me, it's like I believe that when we should really look at owning something, I really believe that land is really the key. Period. No matter who you are. I mean, if you want to leave a legacy to me, just like like on the strip, like where you at, sis, that right there, that is your home. That is your asset. You can forever leave that asset to your children as long as it's set up right. Even though they may not want to live there. But the point is that it can be something that you set up in
And
your
I
name.
could, but I know for sure that my children don't want to be here. They want to
But
leave.
that's
So if I
respectful.
was to leave that to my children, then it would definitely either be sitting here empty or they would have to rent it out or Airbnb. And that's just a responsibility that we're leaving on our children that
I
they
got
might
you.
not want. That's why I'm saying it's in certain situations, leaving property to people behind you could be good and it could be bad. You know what I'm saying? Like
Well,
I
long as
see a lot
they
of people like in the southern areas in the southern regions where they have farms and where they have this and they have businesses and they have that and they leaving it to their kid. But you know, like shit, my damn son, I'm like shit. He talking about moving within the next 4 or 5 years. The oldest one, I'm like, well, shit, I might sell my shit, and move the fuck. Where the fuck you at? Like, I don't want to be a burden on my shit because it could be a blessing, but it could also be a burden, bro. At the same time, if children are like, why the fuck they have to leave me this goddamn property? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can be a burden and it can be a blessing. You know, depending on how you look at it. But if you know for sure your children don't even want to be in the same damn city where you raised them, then leaving them property it like really makes no sense. Like, just give them a fucking check. Okay, here's my life insurance. Y'all split this however y'all want and do what you want to do. But I mean, to each his own. You know, yeah. If you leave property to your kids, you know, hopefully they'll take care of it and they'll live in it, or they grandkids, or whatever. But yeah, I'm not. That's like the last thing I would probably ever do is leave any of my shit to my children. Like you might could have a picking of what's inside the house, but the house is going up for sale and y'all can take the proceeds and split that how the fuck y'all want to. But yeah, leaving property it could be a good thing, and it also depends. Like if my mother or something left me some property, and I mean it was just like off the chain, like beautiful house, and like I might be like, well, damn shit, I'm about to move in this shit. But it also depends on what type of property you leave it. So yeah, but you know, anyway. Charlie, she said, I live right outside of Tupelo. The Buffalo Park is really cool, and we have huge festivals. Let me catch up on some of y'all comments. Oh, Corio said, bro, being eccentric. What she said? I can't even say that shit, bro. You see what she said? You being eccentrial. Are we really dead though, or just energy that is aware? Charlie said, "Are you in a suburb?" Oh no, Corio said, "Charlie, are you in a suburb?" I think she already answered her. Charlie said, "If you come visit Corio, come to Tupelo. It's Elvis' birthplace, and yes, we actually have some big cities down here." Charlie said, "I live outside the city." Corio said, I've been to Tupelo. We stopped and looked at Elvis' childhood home on our way to Philadelphia to gamble." Charlie said, "I live right outside of Tupelo." I already read that. Corio said we didn't drive around those, so I don't really know. Okay, so they talking back and forth. Um, okay, Charlie said it's really is diverse down here. North Mississippi does have less crime. And Corio said Philadelphia, Mississippi is the bomb. So yeah. But whatever you want to do, whether you want to leave a property to your children, just make sure it's set up correctly. Because you don't want your children fighting. And that's one thing you don't want your children fighting. Oh, they said this is gonna be my house. Oh, they said this is gonna be my property. Oh, they said, and then you have to also make sure if you want the property never, ever, ever to be sold or to be in anybody's hands outside the family, you gotta make sure you set that up too. Because, bro, I don't know if you've seen that documentary on the people down there in Was it Mississippi or Louisiana? I forget, but it's a documentary and it might be on Prime, it might be on Netflix. I can't remember which network it's on, but it was a family who had owned this property down south for years. I mean, prime property right on the beach, right by the water. Most of the people who lived in the family, they were like, what do you call them, shrimpers or fishers, or they caught shrimp, they caught fish, and that's how they like made their money, and they were wealthy and all this kind of shit. And then when like certain people died, the land was left to certain family members, but then certain family members they sold off portions of their land. So then the company that they sold their portion of the land to, that company came back to everybody else that lived on the other property and said, this relative sold us all this property. They said they own all this property. It was a big deal, went through court. Some of the relatives who knew it was wrong and knew those relatives weren't supposed to be selling the property, they ended up in jail for years, like 3, 4, 5 years, because they wouldn't get off the property. And the new owners, which was this big financial real estate company, they took them to court. They made the judge remove them off the property. They put them in jail and everything, and their property sat down there and it got overgrown and weeds and everything else. And the rest of the family members who lived on the other property down there, they was going back and forth to court, spending all this money on all these lawyers. I mean, thousands and thousands of dollars to try to fix what was fucked up. And it never got resolved. The guys, they ended up getting out of prison. They came back home to property that
You
they
talking
weren't
about
even
Silver
supposed to step
Hill
a foot
Road?
on.
You talking about
Yes,
something Netflix?
that
You talking about
movie was
Homicide?
so touching.
Yeah,
So when
documentary.
you,
Yeah, real
yes,
talk.
so if you do leave property like that, especially that extensive of property, you have to make sure it's really, really rolled up. Have you a lawyer? Have you several lawyers? I mean, because the shit that was done to those people, it was so sad, bro. I was just in tears watching it. Like how could a fucking family member just fucking sell property that they know they ain't supposed to sell and then don't give a fuck that this real estate company is trying to take all y'all fucking heritage basically, and then put your relatives in jail for years because they refuse to move off the property. Like that, whoever that relative was, they need their ass whooped, like for real. They need their ass whooped. That was so sad. But yeah, just make sure you get it in writing. If you want to leave property to your family or your children, just make sure all that shit is straight where can't nobody contest shit or sell shit if you don't want them to. That's all I gotta say. But let's see. Charlie said you should always leave a living trust. Yep. Also, so you can lock in taxes so it won't go up. Uh-huh. And Corio says sell everything, split the money 50-50, so there's no argument. That's what I'm gonna do, yeah. Split it 50-50, and if it's a penny, yeah, that's how I am. Shit, buy your own property. I ain't child. But anywho, do what's best for you. Do what's best for you. If you want to leave property to your family, if you just want to leave them a check, do what's best for you. Because in the end, we're not gonna be here anymore. And we can leave a bad situation or we can leave it in a good situation. But we're not going to be here anymore. We're going to be up in heaven or wherever, while they down here trying to do what they want to do with our property. But on that note, bro, is there any last minute words you want to say or sis want to say before we wrap up? Because we going on 3 hours.
Make sure they brush their teeth.
You know what, bro? Not Corio, but Charlie. Charlie stepped in your shoes the other night because you had dropped off. You had dropped off because you had to go. And
Yeah, I'm
it was
tired.
me and Corio up here, and she said, "Well, since your bro ain't here anymore, I'm gonna let the people know." She said,
Uh,
"Make sure her country twang voice. She's like, make sure you brush your teeth."
make sure you brush them teeth out there. Thank you, sir. I know that's talking about, kid, folks. Thank you so much. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody
It was
listen.
so funny.
You
It
know what I'm
was
saying?
so funny. I was cracking up.
You
Yeah,
got to
Charlie said, "Brush your teeth, brush your teeth."
brush your teeth. Make sure y'all, yeah, she damn right. Make sure you brush them damn teeth. At the end of the day, I'm just
Cor-
looking at y'all 1, 2, or all your teeth. Make sure you brush it.
Coriel Lover said she sure did. Yes, she sure did. She said, I said, you got some big shoes to fill, Charlie.
Yeah, you got to brush them teeth. Right there.
Good
On
night,
that note,
Charlie.
on that note,
Coriel said, keep it hood and brush your teeth. That's right, y'all. Keep it hood and brush your teeth. And on
oh,
that note, as we were saying, we about to wrap this up. We done discussed a few things from the hood with Ti and his wife, and they child who swear he wasn't raised with a silver spoon in his big ass mouth. And that's not nice. Never, I take that back.
well, yeah,
And
then.
we discussed a little British tea from King's Falls over on the and then we also discussed just having property in the hood, leaving property to your family members, whether you should do it, whether you should not. Always do what's best for you, regardless of what we say on here. Always do what's best for you and your family. Everybody, make sure you like and share the video. Uh, Subscribe to the Hood Table if you're not already subscribed. Please feel free to donate a cash app if you want to donate a cash app to me or my bro. Mine is dollar sign the Hood Table 402. His is dollar sign
Count on
damn bro.
Maru.
I ain't Count Amaru. See, when you don't put your name up under your picture,
Well,
I be
that's what
forgetting
I've
sometimes.
been keeping right.
But that's okay. His dollar sign is Count Amaru. That's dollar sign COUNTAMARU. So Count Amaru if you want to bless my bro for joining us on the panel, or if you want to bless me. But don't feel obligated. If the Lord moves you to donate,
Oh,
then please donate to the Hood Table platform. But other than that, stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember,
you gotta keep it hood. And
keep
make
it
sure y'all brush
hood
them damn teeth. And
and
then
brush your teeth.
and free and free the homies. Everybody that need to be free. How about that?
Yes, and y'all subscribe to the people in the chat who got channels. I think we can only go back so far in the chat, but Charlie definitely has a channel. So make sure you guys hit up Charlie. Charlie Sending Love. That is her YouTube channel. She's also on IG. She has other platforms too that she's on TikTok and things like that. But support Charlie and support any of the other content creators that was in the chat. Please and thank you very much, Charlie. If you ever need me over there on your panel for any reason, because I love supporting people who support me, all you gotta do is hit me up on IG, boo.
And
And
I'm
on that
running for
note,
president.
we out. Oh, and if you need bro or me or Sislo or anybody else, Corey lover, just hit us up on the DMs.
And
We'll
I'm
come
running for
through. We'll come
president.
through. You
I'm
ready
ready
for
to Bill
president?
Clinton.
Oh my God, Lord. On that note, y'all, we out of here.
I'm ready
This
to
nigga talking
Bill
about he running
Clinton
for
back.
president. Oh my
And him
God.
and Donald Trump are gonna be my vice presidents and secretary of state.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.
All
Love
right,
y'all.
love you, bro.
Smooches. Love y'all. All right,
Ain't nothing
bro.
y'all can do about it. All right, sir.
Nothing you can do about it. All right.